try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Jake Newton at West Knoxville Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. New Ram trucks up to $15,000 off MSRP.
Looks, fires the slant pattern, complete. Jason Swain breaks a tackle.
It's time to kick off 3 hours of fair and honest discussions that go beyond the headlines of today's sports teams. From the Budweiser studios of 99.1, the Sports Animal. Here's a couple of guys with over 30 years of combined knowledge of Tennessee sports.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Jason Swain!
Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours on a beautiful day here in East Tennessee. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It was an extended weekend. Hope everybody was able to enjoy some time during the Memorial Day holiday as here it is, a 4-day week. Jason Swain, it's good to see you.
What's up, man?
Good afternoon.
I missed you, man. Miss chit-chatting with you.
Is a 3-day weekend tough?
No. I wouldn't say it was tough.
You didn't say that?
No.
I just said you missed a little chit-chat.
I will not say it was tough.
Okay.
I will say I missed doing a little chit-chat.
Okay.
No, not tough at all.
Well, we have a lot to chat about today. There's a lot going on. Lady Vols are off to the
right.
Women's College World Series.
That's right.
Home away from home. They're there so often. Tennessee baseball will be back at home for a regional.
We like that. We like that.
That is good for Tennessee baseball. College football is trying to find some kind of steady home for the postseason in the future.
Still
maybe not.
Still a hot mess. Nothing's changed there.
Yep. So
with a bunch of questions.
Good consistency.
Yep. So it's consistent.
Talk of who's looking out for what's good for the game.
No, people are looking out for their own interests. That's usually what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, nothing has changed since last week.
Right.
I mean, I'm kind of conflicted. I have mixed emotions about our Hoover performance. Mixed emotions.
Was it good that there was an extra day before the weekend ended after the way Tennessee baseball played on Saturday? That wasn't a very good showing against Vanderbilt. It was a very good result for Tennessee against Alabama and Texas on Wednesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm. It's great. Loved it.
Yep. So there's an example of the highs and the optimism and the confidence that can still exist. And then Saturday was kind of a representation of the concern and the negative feelings that can still creep in as well. Is that fair?
Fair. In any sport, under no circumstance, should a team wearing orange play like they played on Saturday versus Vanderbilt. It's unacceptable. It's inexcusable. And it's below the standard here at Tennessee. That goes for football, it goes for basketball, it goes for soccer. It doesn't matter what sport it is. What we saw out there Saturday was a waste of our time. Let us know if that's what you're going to do so we can do something else. That's what I was feeling. Very happy about what happened versus Alabama. That was awesome. How Tennessee played against Texas. But that doesn't give you a right to go out there and play the way you played against Vanderbilt. And that's why I'm conflicted, because I'm so happy and thrilled that we put ourselves in position to be able to host, because I think there's been so much time, energy, and money put into making Lindsey Nelson Stadium better. I mean, it's a testament to the teams before this team and Tony Vitello and his staff and what he's been able to do with this program and the excitement that he has been able to create and the belief that he has been able to create amongst the fan base and the boosters and the donors and the leadership to not only renovate, but to add an extra $100 million to the renovation plan to make this place better. And so the standard is the standard. You won a national championship last year. Nobody has more wins in the last 5 seasons than Tennessee baseball. But I recall not too long ago, Josh, Tennessee hosted Vanderbilt. This series has been described as the biggest rivalry in the sport, college baseball. When Tony Vitello took over, Vanderbilt baseball was on top. Vanderbilt baseball was coming into Knoxville, pulling up in Knoxville, the same city where the University of Tennessee is, and taking kids from Farragut High School and other places right here in East Tennessee, just taking them. And there was nothing that Tennessee could do about it. Well, that's changed. Why? Because of Tony Vitello. And Vanderbilt won 2 national championships. Tennessee has been knocking on the door year after year, finally won one last year, but in the process has been owning Vanderbilt. Like, Vanderbilt had their one sport, baseball. I think they were good in bowling or something like that too, but like their one sport that they're good at, baseball, Tennessee snatched it. It was like Aqib Talib snatching Michael Crabtree's chain. The one thing that they had that was shining and valuable, Tennessee baseball snatched it off their neck. And Tennessee welcomed Vanderbilt to the Lindsey Nelson Stadium. You won game 1. You lost game 2. Game 3 was the rubber match. During the game, you hit a home run. You were chirping around the bases, which I love. You know I love that, Josh.
I know you do.
I like a little trash talk with my sports. It's good. It's fun. There was an issue with the chirping. Vanderbilt players didn't like it. Tennessee players was like, so what? We here. This is our house. Now, when you do that, you got to back it up. You got to write checks. You also have to cash them. We wrote the check in that game, but we didn't cash them. Vanderbilt won the game. After the game, you had a problem with Vanderbilt claiming that it was their house. Well, they won the series in your house. They have the right to say that. You also have the right to refute that and deny that. We've seen football teams go into another place, another opponent's place, beat that opponent, and they decide to plant the flag, which we've seen escalate into some post-game drama. But Vanderbilt didn't do that. They just said, this is our house. And our players didn't like that. Hunter Ansley didn't take too kind with that, and that's fine. He was balling out. He's a senior. He's from Tennessee, but he had a problem with that. And I said, coming back on that Monday, hey, man, it don't really look good when you get beat, and then you trying to huff and puff and pump your chest out after the fact when you didn't do that during the game enough to win the game. So that happened, right? Mm-hmm. You beat Alabama. You beat Texas. You get Vanderbilt. Everyone is thinking, revenge.
Yep.
Tennessee, everyone's thinking, revenge. Oh, yeah, it's time. Let's go. We beat Alabama. We beat Texas. We're feeling good. We found our mojo. We ready to go. We're about to get revenge. You didn't even show up. You didn't even show up against your rival. Now, there's a phrase. that's used when someone is letting someone else know that next time I see you, there's going to be a problem. There's going to be some furniture moving. It don't matter where we are, what's going on. There's a phrase used. That phrase is on site. When I see you, it's going down. On site. That's the relationship that Tennessee and Vanderbilt have. Next time I see you, on site, it's going to be on. The next time was at Hoover, the Hoover Met. It's supposed to be on site. Remember, you was talking, running your mouth after the game, after Vanderbilt beat us in our own town. Hoover was on site. That was the opportunity, and you didn't show up. Make this last point. I'll turn it over to you, Josh.
Sure. I'm enjoying this.
This is what people may like about baseball, dislike about baseball, but I kind of like it. In football, when you're getting beat 48-0, and it's halftime, you're gonna play that second half. You can decide to put in your backups. You can play your starters. You can decide to run the ball, be conservative. You can decide to go all out. But you're playing third quarter, and you're gonna play the entire fourth quarter. You're going to do that. In basketball, you're getting beat at halftime, getting beat down, you're going to play the second half. You're going to play those last 20 minutes. There's no ducking and dodging. There's no shortening the game. But in baseball, when you're getting stumped, they will shut the game off. They will say, all right, guys, enough is enough. We've seen enough. Y'all need to stop this. Everybody go home. This is a beatdown. Baseball and softball is kind of like Little League in a sense. There's a running clock. They turn the clock off. There's a mercy rule. College baseball, there's a mercy rule. You allow your rival in the SEC tournament to run rule you. You got beat so bad that they turn the game off. They think about that. So as happy as I am with this baseball team and what they did against Texas, against Alabama, I am so disappointed in the showing versus your rival. It's one thing to lose. Like, Vanderbilt's good, man. They are good. Mm-hmm. You give them props, you tip your cap. They are good. But we don't perform that way here in Tennessee. We don't not show up. We don't win every game. We're the everything school, so that means we have been winning more than losing. And there's no shame in losing. There's sports. Other people are good too. Other people practice. You're going to lose games. But the performance, we don't do that in Tennessee. And you got guys that played here before that, built the foundation and created the standard, won a championship. Some of those guys, gift this team with cream Jordan 1s. That's how you repay them? By that effort? Against your rival? At the Hoover Met? Nah, man. So, mixed emotions. Beat Bama, love that. Beat the Brown team in Texas, but that doesn't excuse how we got eliminated.
Andrew said, "Shoo, I turned it off in the third inning. It was over." Game did get moved up. At least you found out earlier than you needed to what was going to happen.
Listen, I will always come to the defense of our student athletes when they're playing hard.
Yeah.
When they're doing things right off the football field. But when you go out there and get smacked and you lay down, you get in the business. That's inexcusable. We don't do that here. So you transfers and freshmen, we don't do that here in Tennessee. And that goes for basketball players, football players, anybody that plays sport here in Tennessee. We don't do that. Don't do that. Don't come here and do that. Don't be embarrassing the Orange like that. You give your all for Tennessee. That is the number one rule. Period, point blank.
Instead, they got run ruled on Saturday. We'll continue the conversation. Now Tennessee is on to the Knoxville Regional. Wake Forest, Cincinnati, and look who's coming back to town, Swain.
Miami of Ohio. I came prepared, Josh.
Okay.
I'm not here to talk trash about Miami of Ohio.
I hope not.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all.
Because you did plenty of that a couple of weeks ago.
That was not trash talk. That was me being sympathetic.
Sympathetic?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Showing empathy.
That's what that is.
Yeah, Josh. I was.
Okay.
Because
that's how wide receivers show empathy, just mocking and jeering for a couple of hours. Okay.
As a Miami of Ohio graduate, I can identify. I can try to put myself in their shoes. How annoying it would be to always have to say Miami of Ohio when people probably think you're talking about Miami. Like
the U,
right? And so me trying to be helpful, the helpful person I am, I came up with some ideas for Miami of Ohio.
Okay.
To maybe adopt to prevent this from happening in the future.
You're going to share some of those with us along the way?
If I'm allowed to.
Sure, you're allowed to. It's Josh and Swain here on the show. 865-656-9900. Don in the text box says, preach it, Swain, preach it. Another text from Mark over in Seymour says, as bad as the game was, Swain's monologue was great. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the interaction. We invite more of it. You can call, you can text to be a part of the show this afternoon. 865-656-9900 to join here on Josh and Swain.
I'm Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel. Get your Tennessee football coverage where you get insight unlike any other. No one covers the ball like 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln. They have locations on Kingston Pike and Parkside Drive. Kingston Pike at Walker Springs Road is where you will find Ted Russell Ford, and next door, the beautiful Lincoln vitrine. When you stop in there at Ted Russell Ford or Ted Russell Lincoln, you can take advantage of excellent savings opportunities, and you can always expect honesty. Ask for an invoice. They will happily provide that to you. Transparent pricing. You'll get that from both Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln. They have low interest rates to take advantage of right now. We have just a few days to go here in the month of May. So on brand new 2025 vehicles or remaining 2024 vehicles, you can take advantage of savings that they have, low interest rates. Examples being you can find right now with a 2024 Ford F-150 Lightning or a 2024 Mach-E 0% financing for 72 months. How about a 24 Ford F-150, only 0.9% for 36 months on those remaining 2024 Ford F-150 trucks. SUVs, they have a great pre-owned selection. They'll help you find what you need. Locally owned and operated, your super dealer at Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln.
This has been a paid announcement.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gates. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, and they'll bring it to life. Offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, and wood fencing. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at StanleyFence.com.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-837-5050. That's 800-837-5050. 800-837-5050.
Hey, Michael, what has Rachel been doing with her hair and complexion? She looks amazing.
Oh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
No, seriously, I want to know. My wife's been wanting to ask her.
All right, come with me. I'll show you the secret. There you go.
Aqua Clear Water Systems? That's the secret? I've been hearing about them. I see their trucks everywhere. Even my neighbors just got one. Was it easy to get installed?
Oh, yeah, and they did it in a few hours.
Is there much maintenance?
Nah, they take care of everything.
Can you tell a difference?
Yeah, immediately. I could never go back.
Did you have a good experience with them?
Oh, it was great. It's been the best home improvement we've ever done.
Anything you didn't like about it?
Only that we didn't get it sooner.
That would be a fabulous gift for my wife. I'm going to look them up. What's their website?
AquaClearWS.com. Here, let me write it down for you.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us on social media at Josh and Swain. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Text in 865-656-9900. Mark says, thank you, Jason Swain. Mark's in Harrogate. You just said what a lot of us would like to say in the first segment regarding how things went on Saturday against Vanderbilt. Could have gone better.
We all feel it. There's some people that can't say it. There's some people that can. There's some people that won't. And there's some people that will.
Now, Mike says you're showing all due respect to Miami of Ohio, Tennessee's upcoming opponent in the Knoxville Regional, which was also the Lady Vols' opening opponent in the Knoxville Regional in softball.
Yes, with all due respect.
Did Miami, Ohio get sent here because the softball team could just easily share within the walls, the travel itinerary, things like that, hotel accommodations? A lot of that was already set up?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was just awkward.
Just kind of funny, huh?
Yeah, just awkward that the softball team, the Lady Red Hawks, were sitting down here, and now
that was a mercy rule showing.
Yeah, the Red Hawks are being sent down here. I just found that to be very weird. But again, like when I saw it, I was like, of course they're gonna send Miami of Ohio down here. And of course they're going to send Wake Forest over here. Of course. Because why not? Why not?
Now we got this text. The, quote, performance against Vandy was pathetic. Why should we care what they do in the NCAA? Meanwhile, the Lady Vols deserve our support in the World Series.
We can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. We got plenty of support. Support doesn't run out for one team. We should support the Lady Vols, and we should support the men's team, but that doesn't mean that they are exempt from criticism if they don't go out there and play with a level of focus and effort and give their all. Like
right.
If the Lady Vols went out there and did the same thing, I would say the same thing.
Yeah. If you saw a teammate who wasn't doing what he needed to do on the practice field and workouts, you might call him out, but still have his back as his teammate.
Absolutely. Like, as a kid, we never really truly understood when our parents told us right before they gave us a whooping, it's going to hurt me more than it hurts you. And we just thought, oh, whatever. But yeah, like it hurts more to having to have that conversation about what we saw on Saturday. You should never have to have that conversation. But when it comes up, you're not going to ignore it. So you can do two things at once. You can love on your team, but showing love is also correcting them when it's not right. Like when you don't care about something or someone, if they don't do something right, if they don't meet the standard, you don't care. You just let it go. But when you care about something, when you care about somebody, like you let them know what the standard is. That's what we're doing today in the first 15 minutes. So we still love them. we still support them. We still want them to win moving forward, and we still have that same level of support for the Lady Vols. You can do both. It's okay.
Jason, without a Y, in the text box says, Swain.
Got to work on that.
Swain is the voice of the voiceless. I like that. The voice of the voiceless.
Well, everybody got a voice, man.
Not everybody.
It's called Facebook. Twitter.
Yeah, they'll just hop on the old snap face.
Yeah, just get on there and just push send.
Insta chat.
Push send. That's all you got to do. That's why, Josh.
I like that. Big Orange Jesus is voice of the voiceless.
Oh, gosh. In 2005, man, I was part of a team that was embarrassing. And, like, I remember getting booed and not having a problem with it because I felt like we deserved it. Like, I felt like at that time, as a 21, 22-year-old, I would just nod and go, yeah, we deserve it. Now you got, some folks get all their feelings, get all upset. You deserve to be booed. Like, these fans are investing their time, energy, money into you. They don't expect you to win every game. They want you to win every game. But the biggest insult to the fans is not laying it on the line. That's the biggest insult to the fans and the players before you.
Yep.
It's disrespectful to the players before you and the fans. And so when it happens, you need to call them out. Because I can promise you, I know what Tony Vitello has said in the past about backing his guys publicly, but he even said that we didn't show up. So if he said that publicly, what you think that he said to his guys privately?
Probably some inflection.
Exactly.
Chris in Bristol, appreciate you, Chris. And by the way, did I say this? Jason's text came from Delaware.
Hey!
Look at that. It's big time. So,
like
Jason, thank you. Chris in Bristol, hey, guys, first time texting the show. Appreciate that. Just wanted to let you know the best baseball team in Tennessee will be playing Vandy on Sunday at their regional. Go Bucks, as East Tennessee State is in the Vanderbilt regional.
Oh, that's funny.
Vandy, Wright State, ETSU, and Louisville.
That's funny. I didn't know ETSU was hosting. I thought the best 16 teams hosted.
Well, that's kind of how it's laid out.
Yeah. A good team, a really good team at ETSU. Let's not get carried away. They did beat Tennessee, though, this year.
It's also pointed out that, see if I can find the name, but, yeah, the regional for baseball and softball almost the same because in UNC and Ohio State were in the softball regional. Wake Forest and Cincinnati are in the baseball regional, and then obviously Tennessee and Miami, Ohio.
Well, baseball, they be factoring in other stuff.
Yeah, Andrew noted that.
They factor in other stuff. Like, remember a couple of years ago when they made the decision for Southern Miss to host versus Tennessee hosting?
Yeah.
And it was like, well, the hotels, what? What does the hotels have to do with anything? Well, I mean, if the host city, if they have better lodging, then, that should, that factors into whether the NCAA picks the host city because of the hotel arrangements. What?
What was the Applebee's thing? Remember that?
I think people were talking about that's the only thing they had there was just an Applebee's. But, like, it should be the best 16 teams host, and then the best 8 host Super Regional. And we don't care if you got an Applebee's, if you got a Condo Lodge, if you got a Marriott, if you have Holiday Inn, one Chick-fil-A. It shouldn't matter.
So it was reversed. Tennessee baseball fans, they trolled Hattiesburg for not having an Applebee's. Not even big enough to have.
Oh, yeah. And think about college football playoff. Remember Penn State? Because they were talking about, all right, is Tennessee going to go to Ohio State or go to Penn State?
Right.
And when we went to Ohio State, there was talk about, that's better because the logistics of traveling inside that small.
Tougher to get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't care about it then, did they?
No.
They're sorry, Boise.
To Penn State you go.
Penn State you go. You better pack light. You better take 2-3 buses instead of 5.
Yeah, there was talk of all these billionaire SMU boosters just being shuttled around because they couldn't just get in there directly.
Yeah. They didn't change it. Well, we're gonna let SMU host because Dallas is just 2 airports and it's just easier to get in and out of. No, they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all. But I'm rooting for ETSU.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see the Bucks succeed.
No. I ain't, that ain't what I said.
No.
It ain't that it'd be cool to see them succeed. I want them to beat Vanderbilt.
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
But we got our Sports Monster listeners supporting ETSU.
Yeah, we're rooting for you, ETSU.
Yeah, absolutely. So they'll be in Nashville taking on Vanderbilt. The NCAA Regional is set. Tennessee softball will play Thursday, 2:30. Quite a draw, Oklahoma, ESPN. So here's what the deal will be. That'll be in the afternoon, obviously, 2:30. We will have the softball opening World Series game for you on AM 990 on the Sports Animal. We'll also, on the Sports Animal app, have the stream available for you in the alternate stream. You get studio quality stream if you pull up the game that way. So if you're looking for it in the middle of the day, Brian Rice will get you there. Alternate stream, so from the web, from the Sports Animal app. You can download that, have that ready on Thursday as well as on AM 990. We'll be on there until 3, of course, and then Tyler and Will at 3 o'clock on the Sports Animal side on 99.1. So big week coming up. Lady Vols go to the Women's College World Series. Tennessee baseball will prepare to host Miami, Ohio in Game 1, plus Wake Forest and Cincinnati in town on Friday with the start of the Knoxville Regional. It's on with the baseball and softball postseasons. We continue 865-656-9900 if you would like to hop on the show. Call or text. YouTube chat is humming today on the Sports Animal YouTube channel. We'll be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon right here on Josh and Swain.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
For the 4th time in 5 seasons, Tennessee baseball will host an NCAA regional at Lindsey Nelson Stadium as the Vols drew the number 14 national seed in the 64-team field this season. Tennessee will be joined by Wake Forest, Cincinnati, and Miami of Ohio. The Vols begin play against Miami of Ohio this Friday night at 6 o'clock. You can catch the game right here on the Sports Animal. Lady Vols softball punched its ticket to its 9th Women's College World Series after defeating Nebraska 1-0 on Sunday. After dropping Game 1 on Friday, Tennessee defeated Nebraska on Saturday to force the winner-take-all Game 3. The Lady Vols will face second-seeded Oklahoma on Thursday afternoon. NBA playoffs tonight, the Knicks are at the Pacers trying to even the Eastern Conference Finals at 2 games apiece. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock. And in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Western Conference Finals, the Oilers look for a 3-1 series lead over the Dallas Stars. Puck drop is set for 8. I'm Joel Silverberg.
35 years. That's how long Hiller Plumbing, Cooling, and Electrical have been in business. They're also family-owned and operated. So they understand what it means to deal with a emergency with your electrical unit or HVAC emergency, plumbing emergency. They understand that most of the time you don't know what it's going to cost or if it's going to be fixed the right way or if someone's just trying to sell you something. But when they get that call from you, their experts are going to make sure that your problems are solved quickly. The price that you're told is the price that you'll actually pay. There's no hidden fees, no surprises when you get your bill. Professional, experienced, trustworthy. That's what you can expect with their techs. All background and drug screen. And when they're on their way, you'll receive a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time. So that way you're not wasting time. You know exactly when they're pulling up to your driveway. 100% satisfaction guarantee of happy you'll be or their service is free. Book online now at happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
News just in.
Why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. 21 plus only, but be physically located in Tennessee. TCC apply in that only.
This isn't your grandparents' YMCA. Sure, you might have learned to swim at the Y or spend summers at camp, but when was the last time you experienced the Y? Today's YMCA of East Tennessee is packed with everything you need to crush your fitness goals. From top-of-the-line workout equipment to pickleball courts, platforms for heavy lifting, certified personal trainers, and high-energy body pump classes. There's a place for you at the Y. Rediscover the YMCA of East Tennessee. 5 locations, endless possibilities. Visit ymcaknoxville.org to join today. The YMCA of East Tennessee, where fitness meets community.
Hey, East Tennessee, nothing excites Rusty Wallace more than a great deal. So we're getting a massive May underway at Rusty Wallace Honda. You'll be a champion in your new 2025 all-wheel drive hybrid Sport L CRV, $389 a month. Or take the checkered flag in your new 2025 Civic Sport. It's a hatchback, $279 a month. You won't get stuck in the pits because all our new Hondas come with their exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. So race into the intersection of selection, Rusty Wallace Honda, I-75 at Callahan Drive. See dealer for details.
Has a recent storm left your deck or fence damaged? Well, at Tennessee Deck and Fence, they specialize in storm damage. They can repair and restore your outdoor spaces to their former glory. And their team works directly with your insurance company, ensuring a hassle-free experience for you. So why don't you trust the experts to get the job done right? Just reach out. Contact them. 865-304-0955. Or you can visit James Anthony online, TennesseeDeckandFence.com today to take the first step towards rebuilding your perfect outdoor oasis.
I'm David Brewster, owner of Aqua Clear Water Systems. The next time you're hauling heavy bottles of water, think, why am I doing this? With an award-winning Connecticut water system from Aqua Clear, I could make my own clean, fresh water. Better than bottled. Give us a call at 865-694-1725 or find us on the web at aquaclearws.com.
Aqua Clear will change your water. It'll change your life.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp, your personal messages stay private. So things like those selfies from last weekend's party stay between you and your bestie. Because on WhatsApp, your personal messages are yours. No one else can see or hear them. Not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
We have some scattered rain and rumbles of thunder at times. Mostly cloudy for your Tuesday, keeping that rain gear handy. High today 74 degrees with a southwesterly wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now a batch of rain slides up into the late afternoon to evening hours, really starting the night, but back to a few showers in the morning, low 63. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. Neil wants Swain to give a speech to the baseball team. I like that.
They got Tony Vitello, man. Best in the business. Y'all need me.
Well, sometimes you like to hear a different voice.
Yeah, I understand that. Different voice could help. You're right. But there's a standard with every student athlete that plays here at Tennessee. And there's a lot of great athletes over the last 4 or 5 years that's allowed us to be able to say that we're everything school. So don't disrespect them. Going out there and deciding you don't want to fight against your rival, same rival that you was starting stuff with. That's all I'm saying.
The Miami, Ohio campus is beautiful, by the way. You were starting some stuff with them earlier.
I wasn't starting anything. I was trying to help them.
Excuse me. That's right. You were being empathetic earlier.
Yeah. I got some ideas for them.
Okay. You want to share some of those, or you want to hold off between now and Friday? You got time.
No, there's no reason to hold off.
Okay.
So
the Red Hawks, Tennessee's opening opponent on Friday.
Yeah, instead of like always having to say Miami of Ohio, which is annoying. I'm pretty sure if you were a journalist, it's probably annoying to always have to type that and put Ohio in the parentheses.
Right.
You don't have to do that anymore. If they would change the name to Ohio Tech, that's available. What you think about that? Ohio Tech. There's Georgia Tech. Sure. There's Texas Tech.
Yeah.
They could be Ohio Tech. It's open.
Yeah. There's Tennessee Tech.
See?
I love for Tennessee Tech.
So Ohio Tech is open. How about Ohio A&M? There's Texas A&M. There's what other A&M is there?
Alabama A&M, yeah.
Yeah, but no one cares about Alabama A&M. But anyway,
I know you don't.
Ohio A&M is open.
Okay.
Instead of saying Miami of Ohio, how about MOO? Moo. For Miami of Ohio.
Moo.
Moo.
Okay.
Yeah. Moo.
Hey, no bad ideas on this show. This is a brainstorming session.
Well, I mean, sometimes you got to have bad ideas to get to the good ideas. You got to throw it all out on the table. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Now,
and we can cancel the bad ones.
I might throw moo out to pasture here. But,
okay.
But I've got it on the list.
Okay. How about UMO? UMO. UMO. University, Miami, Ohio.
I kind of like UMO.
UMO, see?
I kind of like, yeah.
They should go by UMO. Get a logo design, UMO.
Now it is officially Miami University. So the U would it go MUO? You're moving the university for UMO.
All right, well, I guess it'll be...
Makes it tougher. UMO sounds good. I would be
UMO
behind
sounds great, yeah. I guess it will be MOU.
MOU's not bad.
Yeah, MOU.
MOU's not bad. That's a nice workaround.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, MOU. And then, well, this kind of cancels out my last one and that is UOO, which is U squared. UO squared. So University of Oxford, in Ohio.
What about O2U?
Because they're, Miami of Ohio is in Oxford, Ohio.
Right.
So University of Oxford in Ohio is UOO. UO squared. We're going to cancel that one out. We're going to put that one to the side, right? Not good. So
it takes a lot of effort.
MOU.
Okay. What about MOU?
Yes. MOU. Miami, Ohio University. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Trying to make it easy on everybody.
For clarification, this is you being empathetic and helpful to Miami of Ohio. Trying to find a better way for their...
I'm just tired of saying Miami of Ohio.
Description,
Like it's just a mouthful. It's too much.
If you choose one of these and stick with it all week, there's a chance by Friday it has taken off.
Okay, which one are we gonna roll with?
So we got Ohio Tech. I don't think Ohio A&M's gonna fly.
No,
that's probably not gonna work. Moo or MOU, MOU, O squared U or O2U, which is that's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay.
So I'm going to X that one out. I'm going to X out A&M.
Okay.
Ohio Tech. I think that's too official. Also, I can't confirm or deny that there is an Ohio Tech. Is there an Ohio Tech?
Well, I mean, if there is, they're not doing a good job marketing.
There is Ohio Technical College. It's in Cleveland. It's an automotive technical college, so could run into some lawsuit issues. I don't want to
we don't
here.
want that. Well,
So,
I mean, Miami was established after Miami of Ohio, and Miami just kind of took it.
Yeah, look what they did.
Yeah, so
Unbelievable. So Moo or Mo U is what I would suggest you go with.
I'm going with Mo U.
Mo U. Okay.
Mo U. Yeah, I think it's catchy. So you're welcome, Red Hawks. I just hooked you up. Mo U. Like no one is doing that.
Mo U. I think you got something there. Umo also sounds good. It's just an unfortunate shift.
Yeah. Shouldn't have to say all those syllables, man. We don't do that with any other team. Play Alabama, it's Bama. You play Florida, it's Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You play Georgia, you can say Georgia, UGA.
Yep. Tennessee, UT.
Yeah. You know.
Texas,
Tex. Yeah. You can say, Vanderbilt, you can say VU. You can say Vanderbilt. But Miami of Ohio, dude, that's too much.
Yeah.
That's way too much.
Yeah.
So, Mo U.
Yeah. Plus, I saw over the weekend. Do you remember this is probably 30 years ago, the ESPN, they had such a great run of SportsCenter commercials. They did a commercial of a gentleman whose name is Michael Jordan. He's walking around, he has reservations, and he walks up, he say, name, Michael Jordan, then they look up all excitedly. Oh.
No, not that
Somebody
one.
waiting at the airport for Michael Jordan. They got the sign. They're all fired up, and he walks up.
Not that one. Not that one.
Play Miami? U's coming to town?
Oh, yeah.
No.
No.
No, but Mo U is.
Mo U? That is Miami of Ohio.
Tennessee's opening opponent on Friday in the Knoxville Regional. Swain's rebranding. Swain knows branding. Mo U, Miami of Ohio. We continue the conversation, 865-656-9900 if you'd like to be a part of it. You can call, you can text, you can hop in the chat on the Sports Animal YouTube page where we're live today as well. With you until 3 o'clock, continuing the conversation on Josh and Swain.
This is Condridge Holloway, and it's just
95 days until
it's football time in Tennessee.
This countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union, people helping people since 1934.
Spring weather is finally here, and now you're ready to get outside and enjoy your lawn. That means it's time to go see the guys at Dickens Supply and get your fertilizer or check out their new zero-turn lawnmowers. With 3 locations in East Tennessee, Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply is the go-to for landscape supplies and equipment. With brands like Toro, Exmark, Ferris, and Wright, we have the equipment you need. See us soon at one of our convenient locations located in Knoxville, Maryville, and Powell, or check us out online at DickensSupply.com.
The Boys and Girls Clubs of the Tennessee Valley invite you to make a difference in the lives of their club members and the entire community this year. For every dollar invested into the clubs, there's $12.47 of positive economic impact returned to our community. You can learn more and help the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Tennessee Valley build great futures by donating today. Visit bgctnv.org. That's bgctnv.org.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
LCUB Electric customers, listen up. You now have a new choice for fiber internet service. It's time to ditch your global internet company and make the switch. LCUB fiber broadband is gig speed internet, so it's fast. Starting at $69.99 a month with Wi-Fi, no contracts, no hidden fees, and no data limits from the utility provider you know and trust, LCUB. It's fast, reliable, affordable, and local. Broadband your way. Check availability and sign up now at lcub.com.
This Friday morning, Eric and Brian take the Eric Ain Show out to Rusty Wallace Honda at the intersection of Selection, I-75 and Callahan Drive. Stop by Rusty Wallace Honda, meet the guys, and get a great deal on a new or used car with the sports animal.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books for the BetMGM Network. Play of the day in Major League Baseball is the under 8 between the Rangers and the Blue Jays. The Rangers have been one of the best under teams in all of baseball, going 37-17-1, and just as good at home with a blistering 22-6 record to the under in Arlington. Nathan Eovaldi starts for the Rangers today with an ERA under 2, plus both of these offenses are in the bottom 11 in OPS. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Swain, good news.
What we got? I like
SEC Best Basketball Conference. All right, no question about it.
Well, it was last year, and the team from the SEC won the national championship, so it's hard to argue that.
So you play tough competition, you get rewarded with seeding. All that goes into that, rankings with NCAA tournament time.
It happens in baseball.
Sure. Well, Florida just got a little bit stronger. Alex Condon is coming back. He had been in the NBA draft, and he has withdrawn to return to play another season at Florida.
Oh, yay, man. It's so good to know that a young man is taking his academics so serious, and he wants to come back to further his academic future. It's good to know.
As a former
I'm happy for him, man.
SEC competitor yourself, you'd like to see younger generations finding the same opportunity.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That will be a heck of a battle because Tennessee is a different kind of team in the front court this year than it was this past season. With the players returning, plus Estrella, he's essentially a newcomer to the lineup because he was out for almost all of the season due to injury. Jalen Carey comes in as a transfer from Vanderbilt. So the front court battle there, that'll be a good one.
Well, they won't have Walter Clayton Jr. to bail him out. even though that team was really, really good, and not just Walter Clayton, but, man, he was a closer. And him and Condon, they were a strong, dynamic duo in that Texas Tech game. I mean, those two basically willed Florida to a win after being down double digits with only a few minutes left to go in the second half. So Condon had a chance to make himself a whole lot more money. He did in the tournament. He had a nice run like Josh Richardson had a couple years ago in the tournament, and so he's a big step out and shoot it. He can only improve his draft stock.
But think about the spacing Tennessee will be able to come up with. Condon has to run out to the perimeter to get Nate Ament. Then he's got to rotate over to Jacoby Gillespie. Then he's got to rotate over to Zakai Ziegler.
Zakai Ziegler?
That part's TBD.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
But Tennessee, Florida, and basketball, it'll be great. Plenty to look forward to. Tennessee baseball with the regional, Tennessee softball with the Women's College World Series coming up. Tennessee football still with the season to go. But some SEC basketball news. Alex Connor returning to Florida. We returned with 2 hours to go, inviting you to join us at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
Inside the opening 45 seconds. What a goal! With that cannon of a left foot. All even at one.
Never miss a game.
What a start for the United States. Shot for distance. What a goal!
Never miss a moment.
Exquisite from the San Diegan. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Yeah!
The U.S. Soccer Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Spring for savings at Cadillac of Knoxville. Receive 2.9% financing plus a $2,000 competitive cash allowance on a new 2025 Cadillac Lyriq. Or come in and test drive the all-new electrifying 2025 Optic. Plus, our inventory is stocked with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles. Offers like these won't last long, so spring for savings at CadillacofKnoxville.com. With approved credit for 60 months when financed with Cadillac Financial. See dealer for details. Expires 6/2/25.
So storm damage got your deck or perhaps your fence looking a little rough? Well, let Tennessee Deck and Fence help. They specialize in storm damage repair as well as work directly with your insurance company. So contact James Anthony this afternoon, 865-304-0955. I'll give you the number again, 865-304-0955. Or you can check out everything online. A beautiful website waits for you, TennesseeDeckandFence.com.
It should be easy to find a local plumber, right? Plumber near me.
Hey there, we can help you.
Weird. These are all big companies.
Excuse me, we're a plumbing company 2 miles away. Hello?
Well, it is what it is. Guess I'll dial that 1-800 number.
Can she seriously not see us?
No, they can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local plumbers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Spring weather is finally here, and now you're ready to get outside and enjoy your lawn. That means it's time to go see the guys at Dickens Supply and get your fertilizer or check out their new zero-turn lawnmowers. With 3 locations in East Tennessee, Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply is the go-to for landscape supplies and equipment. With brands like Toro, Exmark, Ferris, and Wright, we have the equipment you need. See us soon at one of our convenient locations located in Knoxville, Maryville, and Powell, or check us out online at DickensSupply.com.
Join Eric Ainge and Brian Rice Wednesday at Ted Russell Ford, the Parkside location. From America, for America continues with employee pricing across their full line of trucks and SUVs. You pay what Ted Russell Ford pays. That's this Wednesday at Ted Russell Ford, your super dealer.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him, but nothing prepared him for the fight against ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Bonbon pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Men's Pro Knoxville said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Men's Pro Knoxville was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With AD and performance treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com. Your consultation includes blood work with results before you leave. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville. Touchdown. Streaming worldwide at 991thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. Yes! We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Maggie Gray with a Sports Minute. Why can't Shai Gilgeous-Alexander be the face of the NBA? He's an MVP, the best player on a team knocking on the door of the NBA Finals, and maybe about to kick it down. He's got national commercials, crossover appeal. As LeBron and Steph fade into the background, the spotlight has to land somewhere. Why not on the calm, collected Canadian who's outplayed the field and doing it with style? I'm Maggie Gray.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
This is Jake Newton at West Knoxville Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. New Jeeps up to $13,000 off MSRP.
Hour number 2 of Josh and Swain begins. Thanks for being with us on this Tuesday afternoon.
You almost said Monday.
I almost did. I'm surprised I haven't.
It's all right.
I still expect that I will between now and 3 o'clock. Feels like a Monday,
There's
right?
still time. Yeah.
So Monday has a feel. Everybody knows Monday has a feel.
The first day back from not working feels like a Monday, and that's today.
Yep.
But it is Tuesday.
But it is Tuesday, May 27th. Monday through Friday, we appreciate you being with us here on Josh and Swain.
That's right.
Jonathan Poe's back in the YouTube chat. Always good to have your former teammate hanging out.
My man, John Poe. Love that dude. It's my guy right there.
He's probably not the guy you want to disappoint and get a bad look from. John Poe could hit.
Oh yeah, he was a hitter now for sure. Yeah, he's a hitter. He would lay you out.
So we've talked baseball in the first hour. We've talked new names, Mo U or Moo U. You going Mo U for Miami, Ohio?
Yeah, sounds better than Moo U.
So Mo U, that'll be Tennessee's opponent on Friday. Tennessee against OU in the World Series on Thursday.
Beat them once this year. Also beat Texas this year.
That's right. That's right.
But that's a dynasty over there.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a dynasty.
That's a powerhouse.
And they know what time it is when it comes to postseason. So
that they do. That'll
be a tremendous challenge.
SEC is well represented in the Women's College World Series, 5 of 8. Incredible. The SEC spring meetings are also underway, Jason Swain.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, do we have all kinds of topics and conversations.
We sure do. We got Kalen DeBoer.
How about him?
Kirby Smart made comments.
So, Kalen DeBoer, he said this on being left out of the college football playoff this past season. Alabama went 9-3. Quote, "You do wonder what would have happened if other people would have played our schedule."
Kalen, don't do that.
We can always wonder. We can wonder anything.
Don't say it out loud, though.
You're welcome to wonder, but
don't say it out loud.
I wonder, would anybody that was contending for a playoff spot in November Would they have gotten rocked by Oklahoma as Alabama did?
Read the room, man. Read the room. You can't say that, DeBoer. You can't say that. But he just completed his first year at Alabama. He maybe he deserves a pass. You just don't talk about your schedule and coming across like you complaining.
Yeah, look, if he had these comments, which I'm pretty sure he did in some regard, if he had these comments 5 months ago, 6 months ago, whenever this conversation was happening, at the end of the regular season, conference championship weekend, fine, you're in politicking mode. You're trying to at least make a case for your team. I don't have any kind of problem with that. You're trying to stick up for your team and get them in. You didn't get in.
You're trying to say whatever you can say to get in.
Yeah, 5 months have passed. At this point, it's time to move on, and the response needs to be, it doesn't matter. We played the games that were on our schedule. We didn't do enough to get in. We need to be better. They lost 24-3 to Oklahoma. They lost 24-3. Look, if they went to Oklahoma and they lost 24-23, and it was a great game, and Oklahoma makes a play behind a big crowd that was fired up with Alabama being in the house, and they lost the game, that's one thing. I still would have said, well, I don't think they belong in. But at least Alabama would have made a case. They lost 24-3 for their third loss of the season.
Is Kalen DeBoer offensive coach or defensive coach?
He's an offensive coach.
Kalen DeBoer have an NFL quarterback on his roster?
Jalen Milroe. He is now a member of the Seattle Seahawks.
Kalen DeBoer has a first-round receiver on his roster?
Ryan Williams, who is on the cover of EA Sports College Football 2026.
Does Kalen DeBoer have first-round offensive lineman on his roster last year?
Yes, he did.
If you're an offensive coach and you don't produce offense, it's a really, really bad look. You scored 3 points against Oklahoma. You didn't play an Oklahoma team that was full of life at the beginning of the season. You played a beat-down Oklahoma team that went through the gauntlet of the SEC, that had all these injuries, all these losses, players that probably checked out, coaches that were fired, and you still got beat by that team. You only scored 3 points. You didn't score a touchdown. When you were at Washington and you were approached by Alabama, you knew what type of schedule Alabama played. You knew the deal. You should never mention how tough the schedule is unless you're trying to get into the college football playoff. And it doesn't make you sound any less silly. We just understand that, hey, you're trying to say anything and everything to try to get in. But it comes across as if the job is too big for you. I don't think the job is too big for him. I think he's a heck of a coach. But it comes across that way. You're at Alabama. You don't complain about the schedule being tough. Because when Nick Saban was there, the schedule wasn't that tough because his team was always good. And I'm not trying to say you got to be Nick Saban, but you can't be out here talking like you Lyle Jones, Butch Jones, complaining about the schedule being tough because you didn't reach your goals, because you didn't meet expectations. It's one thing to do it during the season or right after the season, but you can't do it after the fact. It sounds like excuses being made for not reaching the bar.
They lost to Oklahoma 24-3, and I know Vandy was better than it typically has been, but they lost to Vanderbilt.
You shouldn't have lost to Vanderbilt. You lost to Vanderbilt because you couldn't take care of the football, which, again, you're an offensive coach.
But scheduling is a topic. It is one of many topics that actually matter for the sport moving forward. SEC spring meetings. I'm reading the story that Seth Emerson wrote for The Athletic, and he's quoting Greg Sankey talking about the subject of scheduling. And one series that was brought up, this is more non-conference, because there are separate scheduling conversations. There's the 9-game conference schedule that is being discussed, the possibility of going from 8 to 9 conference games, but also non-conference scheduling. And one series that was brought up was Nebraska's cancellation of the home-and-home series with Tennessee. And Sankey said, quote, "We'd like to preserve these games. That's one of the problems we're encountering right now. We've seen that. I've heard that. We've even had discussions with our ADs who are thinking, maybe I shouldn't play this game. They see Nebraska backing out of a series. The Big Ten saying, hey, the SEC, they don't play as many games. We're not going to play here. But they want to keep these tough games, or at least Sankey does. And in theory, the presidents, ADs, coaches would probably be split on whether to play those big, tough non-conference games. So preserving that, keeping that in place, not liking that a school like Nebraska and the Big Ten said, we'll get out of this series with Tennessee. But you have AD saying, well, why should we keep them? Why should we play these tough non-conference games?
Well, they shouldn't, in their eyes. Their job is to do what's best for their school.
Sankey said when people are canceling games because of the selection process, referring to the playoff, that directly impacts the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is trying to do what's in the best interest of their school. So we understand that talent is the most important thing to have when you're trying to go win a championship. The second most important thing, and talent also goes for coaching too, but the second most important thing is scheduling. Who you play, when you play, where you play matters in your quest to win a championship. And so you don't get a second trophy for the level of difficulty that you went through to win a championship. It's about just getting there. Clemson's championship and Ohio State's championship is the same championship that LSU and Georgia and Alabama won. So if you can get there without playing a bunch of tough teams, then why wouldn't you do it? So ADs are doing what's in the best interest of their school, which is what they should do. I can't blame Nebraska for canceling. And it's not like oh man, we just stumping our toe on Ohio State. Man, we're there, but it's just Ohio State, man. We just can't get past them. Man, we just can't get past, Michigan. Man, we're there, but Michigan and Penn State, Ohio State, these are three playoff teams that went deep. Josh, that's not Nebraska, man. They're out here losing to Iowa. They losing to Iowa. They can't even score touchdowns. They got Dylan Raiola, the next Patrick Mahomes, and they can't score enough points to beat Iowa.
What was the score in that game?
13-10.
Man.
They're out here losing to USC. Ain't nobody afraid of USC. People making fun of Lincoln Riley. Josh, do you know they lost to UCLA last year? 27-20.
In football?
Josh, in football.
Well, that's not a good look.
Josh, they lost 56-7 to Indiana.
Yeah, that
was football.
That was a whooping.
They lost to Rutgers. Not a Greg Schiano coach team from 2007 that was ranked top 10. We're talking a 2024 coach Greg Schiano team at Rutgers. And they lost. No, they beat Rutgers. Excuse me. They beat them by 7. I'm sorry. But they lost to Illinois. They lost to Indiana. They lost to UCLA. They lost to USC. They lost to Iowa. So they're not trying to play Tennessee. They trying to beat these teams first. I understand where they're coming from. May not like it. Easy to say that, they duck and smoke. But I would be ducking smoke too if I were them. You out here getting blown out by Indiana. You out here losing to Iowa.
But this is Nebraska football.
I know. There's levels to this. And they're not at the level they need to be at. They're climbing levels, Josh. They're climbing levels. First level was to be able to out-recruit Georgia for a quarterback and Dylan Raiola. They did that. Mm-hmm. Then they got to get other players to play with him. They're still working on that. They'll let us know when they get there.
No, I agree with you. I do understand it. I don't like it.
No,
but I understand it.
Like, we want to watch good games.
Right.
Like, we, as sports fans, we want to turn on television. We want to pay our money, and watch a good game. When we watch a movie, we want the movie to be good.
Yeah, who isn't looking forward to Texas-Ohio State the first weekend?
Yes.
That's going to be a good one. Clemson-LSU?
Yes.
That's great.
We want good games.
Yep. Now, that should be considered that they played those games late in the season. If it's close, if Clemson or LSU is 10-2, and they're going up against let's say Nebraska's 10-2.
Josh, stop being silly. We're a ways from that happening.
Okay. Choose another team. Scheduling has to matter, but everybody has different interests. But Clemson and LSU and Ohio State and Texas, they can more confidently schedule those kinds of games than a Nebraska can.
Josh, did you know Nebraska lost to Iowa in the last 2 years, where they only scored 10 points in both games?
Mm-hmm.
They lost last year 10-13, and then the year before that, and we know what Iowa team that was, 10-13. The same score.
I think that Nebraska-Iowa game, I think the one in 2023, I think that the over-under was like 23.5 points. And a lot of people said, 24, come on, they can get to 24. And was it 13-10? They went under.
13-10, yeah.
I think that's right. All right, we'll come back. 865-656-9900. And full clarification, Tennessee has previously canceled games before. The North Carolina game, remember that? To get to a bowl game, and they went 5-7.
Army.
Then there was the Army game. So self-interest is a thing. That's how it works in college sports, which also brings us to the complication of what's best for the sport, because the sport involves everybody, but everybody is looking out for his or her own interest. Complicates matters. We'll get to that as well. 865-656-9900. SEC spring meetings continue. Power conference conversations continue. We continue the conversation on Josh and Swain.
Everything is more expensive than before, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. 99.1, the sports animal.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-2521. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. When you're looking to make your next car purchase, think about these things. Rusty Wallace Kia's fantastic selection. We've got more cars on the ground than we've had in years. Think about the incredible warranty with our exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. And think about the excellent service before, during, and after the sale. You'll get it all when you choose Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Every great
In a world of high vehicle prices, where great deals seem out of reach, a beacon of hope appears. Look to the skies, Knoxville. The super dealer is here, standing for truth, justice, and the American made. Ted Russell Ford is your super dealer, fighting high prices whenever they strike. Employee pricing is here. At Ted Russell Ford, you pay what we pay on all new Ford models. Plus, get no payments for 90 days. That's 3 months of no payments on your new Ford. Ted Russell Ford is East Tennessee's #1 Ford dealer. Feast your eyes on the massive inventory of new vehicles to choose from. Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike, or visit us online at tedrussellford.net. See dealer for details.
Thank you for being with us here on Josh and Swain. Jason Swain is here. He's a VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver.
Hey.
He is empathetic towards others. The latest example being Miami, Ohio. You did some rebranding for them earlier in the show. Miami, Ohio coming back to Knoxville. Softball team was here a few weeks ago. Baseball team will be Tennessee's opening opponent in the Knoxville Regional on Friday. Miami of Ohio, or, as you have come up with, MoU.
MoU.
Some rebranding. Miami, of Ohio.
Yeah.
But MoU, people get excited about playing MoU.
Yeah.
Little juice. That could probably help them on recruiting, too.
Yeah.
Beautiful campus. Rebranding. Can get some more recruits.
Well,
so Tennessee versus Miami, Ohio, scheduled for 6 o'clock on Friday, as the other game before Tennessee will be Cincinnati against Wake Forest.
It helps us all.
Yeah.
Like
you're looking for simplicity.
Yes.
How's Orange Dog feeling, by the way? Ready to go this week? It's a big week. Coming off 865 Live.
I think he's ready. I think he's ready. Well, we're gonna feed him, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna fill his bowl up.
Dog's gonna eat
with as much snacks and treats as possible. We're gonna fill it up this week because we got postseason baseball, postseason softball. Recruiting this summer is important. Coming off the 865 Live event, as you mentioned, so the lifeline of every program is recruiting and high school recruiting. So got some momentum from the college football playoff that you're trying to use to continue to attract the best talent in America.
Swain, we were discussing scheduling. We talked about what Kalen DeBoer said. A lot of coaches are talking. It's meetings, so coaches are there. You'll hear from ADs. We've heard from Greg Sankey. I'm sure we'll hear more from him. This is Mike Elko, Texas A&M's coach. So he's been an assistant in the league. He was back at Texas A&M last year in his first season as the head coach. From Brett McMurphy, Mike Elko on evaluating teams for the college football playoff, quote, "It's hard to measure what it's like to go through an 8 or 9 game SEC schedule. The committee has a tough job to figure out when just looking at resumes. It's hard to say this isn't the toughest conference when it bears out every year in the NFL draft." So he notes the schedule for the SEC needs to be considered maybe more strongly than other conferences, what they're playing week in, week out. No, one of the first responses to that, this is from a Miami fan, no one can really understand what it's like having to schedule Mercer in week 11.
Was this a Miami, Ohio fan or Miami Hurricane fan?
I didn't mention MoU. This is the Hurricanes.
There you go. I was just testing you.
I didn't mention MoU. To that person's point, before the Texas game, Texas A&M will play Samford this year.
Miami fan, you might want to sit this one out.
Now, A&M is also going to Notre Dame. So outside of the SEC, A&M has its home and home with Notre Dame. Remember, opened the season last year with the Irish and will return there this year. So an SEC schedule plus Notre Dame. A&M schedule is plenty tough. Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida, at Arkansas, at LSU, at Missouri, South Carolina, at Texas.
Yeah, Miami fan, you need to sit this one out. Yeah, your schedule has been softer than baby poo, and you still couldn't get into the college football playoff with the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Like,
yeah, that's worth pointing out, and that also needs to be brought up with what Kalen DeBoer said. Kalen, your schedule is the only reason you were given consideration. So he's acting like the schedule wasn't considered. That's the only reason Bama was. I mean, they have a talented roster, so a good team. But if not for their schedule, there would have been no consideration. Miami went 10-2 and couldn't get in. Why?
Schedule's soft.
Schedule was weaker.
Yeah. I mean, the fact is, Kalen DeBoer did less with more. And he has to do a better job of coaching, which he has acknowledged that with some of the discipline adjustments that he has made with his football team. But you can't fall for Big Ten's tricks. You can't fall for the banana in the tailpipe here. It's really simple what they're trying to do.
The Big Ten?
Yes. They're trying to make it seem like that the SEC.
I got Twitter on my phone, and a Tosh.0 video pops up.
Oh, yeah, you better mute that.
Careful.
Real quick. Tosh, Lane.
Yeah.
I never seen
running
two places, same place at once.
Exactly.
But Big Ten, they think they're slick with the tricks here.
Uh-huh.
They're trying to bait the SEC into going to 9 regular season games. Because if they do that, then the SEC will cancel each other out more, which would give them an opportunity to have more representation in the postseason. It's obvious that the SEC is the toughest and the best league. The NFL draft, year in and year out, supports that. The SEC in 2022 led the nation for the 16th time in the NFL draft, will have more draft picks than any other conference. Year in and year out, the NFL says we want players from your league, your conference, more than any other league. That alone right there tells you the type of talent that's in this conference. It's tough. It's very difficult. And so that whole, I bet you won't do that. I bet you won't. I bet you scared. The whole I bet you or you're scared reverse psychology move. Don't fall for the SEC. They're just trying to one up you because the SEC has been going around for years and years and years, decades and decades, saying it means more and that the SEC is number 1, and the Big Ten is tired of it. So for years and decades, they've been trying to jock for position to get the number 1 spot, and they try to use this to do so. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Fans may want to see 9-game schedules, but going to a 9-game schedule won't prove that you're the best.
No, it won't do that.
Won't prove that you're the best. Continuing to have more draft picks and winning championships prove that you're the best. Winning at different sports prove that you're the best.
Yeah, but we now, when I say the SEC, sometimes we have to be careful to clarify, are we talking administration or are we talking coaches, because they can have different objectives here. When I say, I'll say the SEC here. The SEC, so that's more Greg Sankey and the people in charge of the programs.
Okay.
They may not want to go to 9 games, or they haven't wanted to go to 9 games, but it's also for them not because of the competitive part of it.
Well, it's because of the money.
It's because of the money. Now, coaches' comments, I do think it is more about the competitive part. They know how difficult. They're the ones having to game plan. They're the ones who are going to have losses on their resume. At least half the league will. They have to deal with this. But also, to be clear, the SEC itself, the only thing that's kept them from making that jump to 9 games already in a 16-team league,
it's money.
Is the money, and a part of that is, of course, the playoff. They want to make sure they get enough spots, but that still comes back to money.
Yeah, it comes back to money, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time it comes back to money.
Yeah. So, like, Mark Stoops, he knows he's not going to be able to prove he's the best or not because he's at Kentucky. But he knows an extra game in conference could be another loss, which could affect bowl eligibility, bonuses, things like that. Teams that are playing for national championships, Texas A&M, they're on the fringe. Mike Elko's probably in that group of, man, we play another SEC game. We have Notre Dame non-conference. Now we have to play 9 conference games. That could keep us out. So his opinion will probably be different than his AD's opinion or Greg Sankey's opinion on why they should do this or that.
Yeah, but just like you said with Alabama, that's another opportunity to get the edge over a program like Miami that doesn't play anyone in the conference. So, like, it's a good opportunity. And, like, if you play a good game, like if Alabama would have barely lost to OU, like on a Hail Mary, something like that, maybe they are considered more for the college football playoff. But, like,
They might have gotten in. They were close. I mean, there was a debate on that Sunday, should they still be in or not.
So, like, how you lose is important.
Yeah. You lose 24-3. I'm sorry.
You got beat down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whipped up by a not good Oklahoma team.
Exactly.
We'll come back. 90 minutes to go. A lot of good conversations to have with topics from the spring meetings. Tennessee baseball, Tennessee softball this week. You can join us at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
Hey, baseball fans! We've teamed up with our friends at Dickens Turf and Landscape to hook you up with a commemorative, one-of-a-kind special edition Tennessee Vols 2024 National Championship Baseball, signed by head coach Tony Vitello. For the month of May, come out to any Sports Animal remote broadcast to enter to win. One winner will be selected at the conclusion of each week. Good luck and go Baseballs from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply and your flagship station for Tennessee Vols baseball. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
For the 4th time in 5 seasons, Tennessee baseball will host an NCAA regional at Lindsey Nelson Stadium as the Vols drew the number 14 national seed in the 64-team field this season. Tennessee will be joined by Wake Forest, Cincinnati, and Miami of Ohio. The Vols begin play against Miami of Ohio this Friday night at 6 o'clock. You can catch the game right here on The Sports Animal. Lady Vols softball punched its ticket to its 9th Women's College World Series after defeating Nebraska 1-0 on Sunday. After dropping Game 1 on Friday, Tennessee defeated Nebraska on Saturday to force the winner-take-all Game 3. The Lady Vols will face second-seeded Oklahoma on Thursday afternoon. NBA playoffs tonight, the Knicks are at the Pacers trying to even the Eastern Conference Finals at 2 games apiece. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock. And in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Western Conference Finals, the Oilers look for a 3-1 series lead over the Dallas Stars. Puck drop is set for 8. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. We have had a lot of rain here recently. I think more that is on the way. If you run into any kind of plumbing issue, if you spring a leak here anytime, get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing, which can come out, identify any problem that you might run into, hopefully give you peace of mind. If you have some concern, they can help tell you exactly what's going on. If you need something fixed, Wilson Brothers Plumbing can help. The plumbing professionals at Wilson Brothers are skilled, passionate, and dedicated to delivering exceptional results on every job. They have done work at my home. They did an excellent job when they helped us with an underground leak issue that we had. It was about this time of year 2 years ago. They came out to our home and identified the problem and fixed the problem for us. We've also used Wilson Brothers to help with a project that we planned. So remodeling, any kind of replumbing you might need done in your home, get in touch with Wilson Brothers. Call 865-415-1537 or visit the website wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts and automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
It's our grand opening at Rusty Walls Hyundai, and we're celebrating our new facility all month long.
This month, you can get up to $7,000 off new Hyundais. This month, you can get up to $7,000 off a new 2024 Hyundai. Yes, that's right, up to $7,000 off a Rusty Wallace Hyundai. And remember, all new vehicles come with America's Best warranty of 10 years, 100,000 miles, and 3 years free maintenance. So come celebrate our grand opening at Rusty Wallace Hyundai, where it's always a fun day. Visit us online at rustywallacehyundai.com. See dealer for details.
Automobile accidents occur every day across the state of Tennessee. Your drive to work or just a quick trip to the market can turn into a life-altering event. If you're injured as a result of another driver, let McKinnish Law Group fight for the compensation you deserve. Their experienced attorneys handle everything from medical bills to lost wages. They're here to make sure you're not alone and you don't have to settle for less. When life throws you the unexpected, trust McKinnish Law Group to stand by your side. Visit McKinnishLaw.com today and let them fight for your future.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories. And we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
I know there can be a lot of uncertainty involved in planning your financial life. Modern retirement strategies demand an approach that acknowledges the unpredictability of markets, increasing life expectancies, and the ever-changing economic system that surrounds personal finance. Hi, this is Jim Brogan, and at Brogan Financial, we serve our clients in helping them achieve their life goals for retirement and beyond. Visit us online at broganfinancial.com to learn more about how to take control of your financial future.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
Wondering what a personal message with your credit card number has in common with way too many pictures of your dog? Well, they're both private. Because on WhatsApp, your personal messages are yours. No one else can see or hear them, not even us. WhatsApp, message privately with everyone.
Rain and storms continue on and off. Continue keeping that umbrella with you. We have about a 40% coverage of our area through the afternoon, going up to about an 80% coverage this evening to start tonight. High today 74 degrees and a southwesterly wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. Back to scattered rain at times in the morning and through tomorrow. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
The Sports Animal app has a special second stream and a link to our latest videos. Download the Sports Animal app. Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900 to join us. Swain logged a few miles this past weekend. Getting ready for next Wednesday.
How'd it go?
It went okay.
Weather was perfect, though.
It was good weather. It's weather that I would prefer next Wednesday. I think it might be a little hotter. I'd like to avoid these showers that we're getting, so these can wash on out of here this week. But next Wednesday, June 4th, at the Greenway at Cherokee Farm, we're going to be set up there doing our shows, I believe, from 9 until 3. And early in the morning, I'm going to get started. I'm planning a 40-mile run. I've been asked this follow-up several times. It is in one day that I'm doing this 40-mile run. This isn't over like a month or a week or whatever. I don't think it'll take that long.
Are you doing a show from 9 to 12 to 3?
Well, I'm going to take a Bluetooth headset, so if I lose you, excuse me.
No one wants to hear you huffing and puffing.
Excuse me. But next Wednesday, June 4th, It's my 40 for 40, so I'm going to log 40 miles next Wednesday for the benefit of Second Harvest and their Food for Kids program. That's what it's about. If you text Josh to 656-9900, that'll send you the link to the virtual food drive that is live now for Second Harvest. So if you text Josh to 656-9900, I've also tweeted the link, so it's pinned at the top of my profile if you want to go click it directly. But A.G. Hines Company is the presenting sponsor of the effort, and it is to benefit Second Harvest Food Bank and their Food for Kids program. Next Wednesday, 40 easy miles.
We got your back, Josh. We got your back, man.
Everybody's got their back.
Yep, that's what they say. That's what they say. So we'll be right there in spirit with you. There'll be some, I'm sure, that will run with you.
Yep, you're welcome to come out and do a lap, a loop,
a mile,
yeah,
or 40.
One of 40. Yep, whatever you're comfortable with. 40 yards, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with
40 feet.
40 feet.
Yep.
Yep. Every step counts.
Every step
does count. Every dollar counts in supporting Second Harvest. My guy who's been helping me, Andy Baxa, he has mapped it out. So the loop, I believe, is 3.08 miles. So that's just 13 times around.
There you go. You're gonna be fine, man. You've been preparing. You're gonna kill it. You really don't have a choice. So
signed up for it.
You signed up for it.
What choice do I have? No other choice.
The people of East Tennessee are counting on you.
That's right.
So we're gonna make sure that you get across the finish line.
It really is a beautiful spot. This is an underrated spot. You want to get out for a walk, a jog, a run, whatever. The Greenway, it goes kind of up against the UT golf practice course. No wonder Lance is headed to the U.S. Open. He's practicing on beautiful land right there. So it's along the water, beautiful spot, the Cherokee Farm Greenway, and we really appreciate them allowing us to come out next Wednesday.
That's what makes this place special, man. East Tennessee, and guys like you stepping forward, doing things to improve the community, and then you'll have the backing of East Tennesseans and Tennesseans as well. So anytime there's an initiative to help others, especially children, there's always folks stepping up.
Yeah, and it's important to know this with their Food for Kids program and their summer program. So during the school year, they have their backpack program and ways to get food to children at school. Second Harvest helps support 18 counties in East Tennessee. That's a lot of people, more than 200,000 East Tennesseans. And that's year-round that they have to help. So summertime, I think there's a little more concern on behalf of the people who get the benefit, who are helped by Second Harvest. Second Harvest is dealing with a deficit issue as well, funding concerns that they have. So that's another reason that this is important to help their summer program and help make sure kids, while they're home for the summer, away from school before they get back this fall, that they still get the nourishment that they need. We also appreciate all the interaction, the calls, the text to the show. Swain, this would include Tyler's text. Knew Tyler would text in.
Are you celebrating the SEC title?
Which he should. He's well within his right to. Now you could come back to which team are you pulling for here? But here's what he said. Swain, just know I appreciate you. You dish it out and take it. Now he signed it, run ruled Tyler. But that's what happened on Saturday.
That is what happened. You can't dish it out if you're not willing to take it. It's part of it. But I don't feel a certain type of way taking it from Tyler because you're a Bama football fan.
He is. But it's baseball season.
Yeah, I know. And
he's a Vanderbilt baseball fan.
No, he's not. I refuse to believe he is. I think he's just trolling. He's trying to find a way to get under Tennessee fans, and doing it with Alabama baseball is not going to work because we beat them. But doing it with Vanderbilt, knowing they are a rival, knowing that they're pretty good, that's his way of being more successful getting under Tennessee fans, because he can't do it with Bama football this past season because we won. So this is Tyler's way of using somebody else.
Moving the goalposts?
Yeah. Yeah, like moving it completely out of the stadium. That's what Tyler's trying to do. I'm surprised Tyler didn't say he was a Kentucky basketball fan this season, since we lost Kentucky twice in the regular season. But then Tyler would have had to use a different basketball program in the NCAA tournament, because we know what happened there.
He is on record as a UNC basketball fan.
I don't believe it. I believe Bama football. I don't believe any of the other stuff. I just think he's a Tennessee troll.
Might be a little bit of that.
Yep.
Also in the text box, Swain is the real OG, humble and smart.
I'll go with humble. I'll go with smart when I need to be. I appreciate
Pretty smart.
that.
You went to Grissom. That's a tough school. University of Tennessee.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best in the state, Josh. No denying that.
Blue ribbon? Not sure.
Not really sure. If they do that, I'm sure Grissom would get it.
Yeah,
I have no
probably
clue.
so.
But I know it's a really, really good school. They prepared me. There's some guys in my grade that, as a freshman, everyone has to go to the Thornton Center.
Uh-huh.
And there's some guys in my class that when we were in the Thornton Center, the things that they were having issues with was not things I was having issues with. And I thank Grissom for that, for sure. There's one guy, I was like, bro, you got to put a comma or a period somewhere. That is a whole page of a run-on sentence. We need some type of punctuation somewhere up in here. This is not going to work. Where's the comma? Where's the period? A question mark? Nothing? Oh, man. But that brother is one of the most successful teammates I've had, too, off the field as well. So, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
That's right.
But that's a true story. He was so frustrated. The tutors at Thornton Center was just like, they were trying to be real nice and polite,
right,
and delicate. They were like, we gotta find a period. This is just one run-on sentence.
Kept on going, huh?
And they crushed him too, because like he put everything into it, man. Like he gave his all, man. He thought he did a heck of a job. He really, really tried. He wrote a whole page out. It was just one sentence. But that's what college is for. It's for you to be exposed to better opportunities and tutors and help you be what you want to be. And there's students that come into Tennessee that come from prestigious high schools, get here, don't go to class, act a fool, and they out after a year.
That's right.
So it just depends on you.
That's it. Yep. We'll continue. We are not finished. We're with you until 3 o'clock. Another segment to go this hour with you until 3, inviting you to join us at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
Hey Vol fans, Matt Hall with McLean's Painting in Knoxville. It's time for our annual Painting with a Purpose charity event. Nominate a local nonprofit that could use a fresh coat of paint at mcleanspainting.com or click the What's Happening tab on this station's website. Do you know of a church-related organization or a 501c3 in need of some TLC? Nominate them now. A huge thanks to our sponsors, Sherwin-Williams, Sgt. Pepperonis, Jim McMichael's Signs, Joe Shirt, and Cumulus Media. McLean's Painting, grateful to give back to our community.
Let's see, landscapers I can afford. All right, searching affordable landscapers near me. Here we go.
Right here, sir. How can we help?
It's the same ones I saw last time.
Sir, we're right here and reasonably priced. Why is he not seeing us?
It looks like the ugly yard stays.
Sir, can you not see us?
Nope, he can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local landscapers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
Join Josh and Swain this Friday at Ted Russell Ford, the Kingston Pike location, as they're helping close the month with employee pricing across the full line of trucks and SUVs. You pay what Ted Russell Ford pays. That's this Friday at Ted Russell Ford, your super dealer.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts and automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
What if you could get a 365 days comfort guarantee to adjust the firmness or softness of your mattress? What if you could get a two-sided flippable mattress at factory direct pricing? What if it came with a warranty of up to 20 years? What if you could watch your mattress being handmade right here in the Knoxville factory? You can at Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. Brothers Bedding understands what it means to be local, high quality, excellent service, and a name you can trust for over 85 years. BrothersBedding.com.
The big dog of heating and cooling is now looking for more techs to join the pack. Chansey & Reynolds is now hiring HVAC duct mechanics and technicians, providing a great benefits package, paid vacation and holidays. These are full-time positions for those who want a career, not just a job. Chansey & Reynolds, in business for more than 40 years, is a York Heating and Air Specialty company. Apply in person at 614 Van Street or call 865-525-5076.
The big dog of heating and cooling. The big dog.
The minute folks step into Dollywood, I want them to feel the wonder of my Smoky Mountains and to fill their hearts with all the good and beautiful things in this big old world, and to cherish all the little moments they get to be together.
Enjoy thrilling rides, award-winning entertainment, and delicious new seasonal flavors. Plan your visit at Dollywood.com.
Dollywood. Love every moment.
His Security and Technology, your one-stop shop for all your security and technology needs. We offer state-of-the-art security systems to protect your home or business, as well as cutting-edge technology solutions to enhance your daily life. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing top-quality service and support. Contact His Security Technology today to learn more about how we can help you stay protected and connected. 865-474-9495 or visit hissecurity.com. In God we trust, all others we monitor.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. A few texts pushing back on Tyler.
We just go along with Tyler. We think it's cute that he's trolling as a Bama football fan and he's pretending to
Talking trash on Vandy's behalf.
We think it's cute.
Look, he's good for the area, good for the show.
He is. It just doesn't make sense to be a Vandy baseball fan and a Bama football fan.
Not a whole lot.
Doesn't make any sense.
Nope. But the Vandy game is over. It was over pretty quickly. So Tennessee gets ready for the regional in Knoxville.
Oh, it was over probably like the third or fourth inning.
Yep. And it didn't make it to the 8th or 9th. It was a 10-0 7-inning game. Vandy beating Tennessee on Saturday. So Tennessee will host Miami, Ohio on Friday. With the other game between Wake Forest and Cincinnati, it's the Knoxville Regional, and we'll see how things play out because other regionals have to have their results, but there's a chance it's a Tennessee-Arkansas super there. What do you think, Swain?
Well, I mean, I think that will be full of fireworks. Both teams know each other. They just recently played. Arkansas did win the series. Tennessee did get the victory with Marcus Phillips, and it's probably time for Liam Doyle to turn it back on. Like he did at the beginning of the season. The last two outings have not been up to his standard and how we've seen him play during the course of the season. But I do find it funny that they send Wake Forest here too. Because this time last year,
I thought that too.
There's a lot of Tennessee fans that was being bullies and stalkers and trollers. I think that's right. Trollers to the Wake Forest baseball program, making fun of their pitching lab because Chase Burns left here to go there. And there was a lot of interest, just like it would be a lot of interest in UCLA because of Nico. There's a lot of interest in Wake Forest because of Chase Burns. And the moment that Wake Forest lost, a lot of Tennessee fans was happy about it and cheering about it. But that's okay. It's part of fandom. But I think it's funny the way they brought, or they're going to send Wake Forest to Knoxville.
Yeah. Wake does have Matthew Dallas transfer from Tennessee, but he has not had the kind of impact or played the kind of role that Chase Burns did. But, yeah, Wake Forest, I thought the same thing. You're too late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought someone was trolling me by sending the Red Hawks here. You.
There's also there's the conflicting aspect for VFL Griffin Merritt. Graduated from Cincinnati, transferred to Tennessee, had success as a volunteer as well. So both a Bearcat and former Tennessee baseball player.
So Ben brought this up to me. Ben McKee of Vols 247. He brought up the same topic with Griffin Barrett. And, hey, man, he's from Cincinnati. He went to Cincinnati. He played, 3 or 4 years there.
Yeah. And how about this? I'll tell you what he tweeted, then you save your thought to begin the third hour. Well, looks like my weekend will now be happening in Knoxville with a split suitcase with orange and red emojis. 1 hour to go right here on Josh and Swain.
Today, we're on a quest for the ever-elusive local business. However, our search is difficult as big-name national companies overshadow their smaller competitors. If only these local businesses knew about Cumulus Boost. Cumulus Boost can increase their online presence in ways that go beyond basic SEO. Aha! A mom-and-pop shop victory. Get found by more customers with Cumulus Boost at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS Boost.com.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. When you're looking to make your next car purchase, think about these things. Rusty Wallace Kia's fantastic selection. We've got more cars on the ground than we've had in years. Think about the incredible warranty with our exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. And think about the excellent service before, during, and after the sale. You'll get it all when you choose Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Do you have an anniversary or your wife's birthday approaching? Are you going to buy her a gift? I want you to stop and imagine how she'll react when she opens your gift. But before you buy anything, I want you to stop by TK Wheeler Jewelers and imagine how she'll react to your gift when it's diamonds from TK Wheeler Jewelers. Which reaction are you looking for? It'll be the best gift you've ever imagined. One woman, one diamond, one place to go. TK Wheeler Jewelers in Oak Ridge, next to Outback.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
Hey Vol fans, Matt Hall with McLean's Painting in Knoxville. It's time for our annual Painting with a Purpose charity event. Nominate a local nonprofit that could use a fresh coat of paint at mcleanspainting.com or click the What's Happening tab on this station's website. Do you know of a church-related organization or a 501c3 in need of some TLC? Nominate them now. A huge thanks to our sponsors, Sherwin-Williams, Sgt. Pepperonis, Jim McMichael Signs, Joe Shirt, and Cumulus Media. McLean's Painting, grateful to give back to our community.
This is Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. How can I help you?
I'm having some issues with my drains.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the problem?
It's making this kind of a sound.
No worries. We can help you with that. If your drains are making strange sounds or giving off foul odors, then you may have a blockage or issue with your sewer line. Pipe Wrench can get your pipes flowing again in no time with our $99 drain clearing special. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. You also get a free camera inspection of your sewer line to help us easily pinpoint the source of the clog and provide the best and most affordable solution. When we identify the problem, we provide the best option, ranging from drain cabling, hydrojetting, spot repair, or even new sewer line replacements if needed. Don't ignore signs of a clogged drain or sewer line before it turns into a costly problem. Call the plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com.
When you're preparing for your presentation, what you say matters. Your delivery matters. The quality matters. Your image matters. So trust Image Matters, Knoxville's most respected office technology dealer, to create the image you want. Image Matters is locally owned and operated, offering total document output solutions to fit both your needs and budget. From multifunction printers to production printing, backed by customer service that's second to none. To learn how Image Matters can help you, visit imagemattersinc.com or call 865-212-3600. Technology you need, people you trust.
From the Budweiser Studios, this is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide at 99.1 thesportsanimal.com and on the Sports Animal app. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute sponsored by WeatherGuard Truck and Van Equipment. They're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. The Dodgers Shohei Ohtani threw pitches at batting practice on Sunday. He could be headed back to the mound soon. Meanwhile, he's led off the last 2 games with home runs. He leads the league with 19. He's the best hitter in baseball. Pitching to me feels like a luxury. It will be cool, but it's not necessary for the Dodgers to win. I'm Andrew Perloff.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their tools, but to protect their professional reputations. Whether it's inside or outside of work vehicles, a WeatherGuard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Since 1968 and every day since, WeatherGuard has been protecting anything it takes to build a professional reputation. WeatherGuard, established in 1968, proven every day. WeatherGuard.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
This is Jake Newton at West Knoxville Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Visit our multi-million-dollar used car lot starting at $4,000.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. We begin hour number 3. Thank you for hanging out with us. 865-656-9900 to join us. You can go back and listen to any of our first 2 hours. Any time you want to check out the show, search Josh and Swain wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to us on demand thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. We finished the second hour, Swain. I brought up Griffin Merritt's tweet. Look, this is a conflicting spot. He graduated from Cincinnati. If you go to his Twitter account, his profile photo is him doing an interview with the headset on in a Tennessee baseball uniform. And his header photo is him with a couple of teammates in their Cincinnati uniforms. And he tweeted out, well, looks like my weekend will now be happening in Knoxville with a split suitcase. So he's planning to come to Knoxville for the series. They're not guaranteed to see each other, by the way. But they could. So, Griffin Merritt split this weekend. I brought it up because I know you love the split households, the split flags, So what do you think here? Split suitcase. And I asked this in fun.
I answered this in fun. Kind of. Griffin was a good player for Tennessee when he was here. Glad that he came here. And, man, he was fun to watch, for sure. But this is something that Griffin Merrick could have kept to himself. Because the last thing I want to see is a former player talking about how they split on who they're rooting for. I don't want to hear that. Josh, I don't care.
I know that you didn't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that. So how about Griffin do this on his way down here? How about he go to the store? And I doubt they even have these available, so maybe he can get one custom. How about he put a house divided license plate on his ride that says Cincinnati and Tennessee on it for the drive down here?
That is a funny house divided plate that you would have. Because typically you see Tennessee, Florida, Tennessee, Bama.
How about you rock that, Griffin? Okay. How about you have one side Tennessee flags driving down here, and the other side Cincinnati flags? Why don't you do that? There's just some things, neither fan base really wants to hear that.
Probably not. I mean, Cincinnati fans have to know he left there to come to Tennessee.
Yeah, well, why'd you leave? Why do you think he left, Josh?
Well, greener pastures.
Yeah. Cincinnati wasn't good enough for him. That's why he left. So, although you may have split allegiances, I just think there's sometimes it's not the best idea to keep it real. This is where keeping it real goes wrong. There's a time and place for keeping it real, and it's not all the time.
Is Cincinnati too high up a level? So it's not as high of a level as Tennessee.
Thank you.
But is it high up enough to where you can still be bothered by it?
Yeah, like ETSU, Tennessee.
Exactly.
It's cool. We get it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who grew up as Tennessee fans, but that Tennessee tuition was no joke. So they say, you know what? I'm going to ETSU. I'm rolling with my Buccaneers. I'm rooting for my Buccaneers. But I'm rooting for Tennessee, too, because I grew up as a Tennessee fan. And when they play, I'm split.
Yeah, you don't really feel a conflict of interest.
I get that. But Griffin Merrick can't say that because he was at Cincinnati. For 3 or 4 years, he's from there, and then he left to come to Tennessee. So how do you think Cincinnati fans feel about him leaving? And then he gets here. He has a good season, which I'm sure they're happy for him. Not happy like North Florida fans are happy about Chazanier and happy for him, but I'm sure they were happy for him. And then it's time for Cincinnati to potentially play Tennessee, and he puts out a tweet, unprovoked, talking about he's split. No one cares. No, he's either side. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to see it. Tennessee fans or Cincinnati fans. I'm just giving you my honest feelings here. How should Bearcat fans feel about that tweet?
I think Bearcat fans should feel honored.
Honored?
Because he finished at Tennessee, but has still kept the love for Cincinnati.
Why did you leave? If you love the Bearcats so much, why'd you leave?
Well, I don't know the exact answer, and I don't know all of his personal opportunities.
Because you don't need one.
But there can be NIL opportunities. Probably could make a little more at Tennessee than Cincinnati, right?
Josh. He's playing baseball.
I know.
It ain't like he raking in the dollars here, NIL-wise. He left.
He left, yeah.
Okay. He left.
With a degree.
What does John Morant say? He said, stay on that side, right? So if I'm a Cincinnati Bearcat fan, I would say, no, man, you left us to go to Tennessee. Stay on that side. That's what I would say if I'm a Bearcat fan. And if a Tennessee player did the same thing, I would say the same thing. Like, imagine a Tennessee player left Tennessee to go to Wake Forest. And then Wake Forest is playing Tennessee after he graduates. And he's like, all right, I'm going back to Tennessee. I guess I'll have my orange and my black and gold.
Wanya Morris, doesn't he rock with the Vols and the Sooners?
He does. But I don't know how many Tennessee fans acknowledge it.
No, not many that I can tell. Yeah. I love this topic because personally I don't care at all.
I don't care at all.
Well, I don't know that I would say at all.
Well, it's my opinion.
Sure.
But I'm not like sitting here going,
yeah, I know you're.
No, Griffin, you better not come into this gates with that red and orange on. Somebody stop him from coming to the games. Like, it ain't that serious to me.
I hope he has a 50-50 jersey.
Don't do that, Griff.
I hope it's a Cincinnati.
Griff, don't do that, man.
I hope it's a Cincinnati.
Like you're asking for
jersey.
Like you're asking for criticism if you do that. Like you're bringing attention to yourself that's unneeded, unnecessary. And while some may think it's cute, may think it's funny, may understand what you're saying, there's going to be some who don't. And it's just not worth it. Don't do that, man. Like, I understand Mama Kelsey, like Travis and Jason Kelsey wearing a split jersey, Chiefs on one side, Eagles on the other side. But Griff can't do that, man. He don't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
That's too much.
The replies are a little split as well.
Yeah, they don't need to be doing all that. Like, I understand, like, internally feeling like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. Like, that's great relationships that you built at Cincinnati. You're from the area. Like, the program can only do so much for you. You outgrew the program. I get it. You need to go to a place on a higher level, and you probably didn't want to go, but you felt like you had to go. I get it. But keep that to yourself. Like, no one wants to hear about you being, split with your allegiance. Tennessee fans, they sure ain't trying to hear that.
In a couple of years, if Tennessee and North Carolina, led by Bill Belichick, in year 2, they meet in the college football playoff. Ty Chandler, he might be split. He's a VFL, got his degree at UT, played one more season at North Carolina, now in the NFL. I would get it.
He might be split. Hopefully he keeps it to himself. He doesn't tweet about it.
We'll come back. Share your thoughts with us. 865-656-9900. We'll talk more SEC meetings. We have an attaboy to hand out still before 3 o'clock. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. Thanks for being with us today as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Hey, baseball fans! We've teamed up with our friends at Dickens Turf and Landscape to hook you up with a commemorative, one-of-a-kind special edition Tennessee Vols 2024 National Championship Baseball, signed by head coach Tony Vitello. For the month of May, come out to any Sports Animal remote broadcast to enter to win. One winner will be selected at the conclusion of each week. Good luck and go Baseballs from Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply and your flagship station for Tennessee Vols baseball. 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Got a small business that no one's heard of except your grandma? Time for a boost. From Cumulus Boost, the affordable way to boost local search engine optimization and help manage reviews. Cumulus Boost helps local businesses improve their online presence so they're not buried by bigger companies in local searches. Get found, get on the map, and get a boost with Cumulus Boost at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS boost.com.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Ski of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. When you're looking to make your next car purchase, think about these things. Rusty Wallace Kia's fantastic selection. We've got more cars on the ground than we've had in years. Think about the incredible warranty with our exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. And think about the excellent service before, during, and after the sale. You'll get it all when you choose Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
Hey, Lisa, are y'all moving? I saw a pod in your driveway.
Ugh, don't get me started. It's been so frustrating.
What happened?
We had a pinhole leak in our water pipes while we were on vacation, and the water damaged our entire downstairs.
Has that ever happened before?
Yeah, we had a minor leak about a year ago, and our plumber said it would happen again if we don't fix the problem.
What did he recommend?
He recommended replacing all the plumbing in the house or calling Aqua Clear Water Systems.
Replace all the plumbing? Oh, that sounds expensive.
Oh, it was. So my husband said, don't worry about it, and we'll take our chances.
What did AquaClear say?
We never ended up calling AquaClear.
Well, I've heard AquaClear has some kind of systems that'll help with pinhole leaks. That sounds a lot easier than replumbing your whole house.
I am not waiting for another leak. I'm going to give AquaClear a call.
Here's the website, aquaclearws.com.
For the love of Tennessee at dawn. For the love of the fight. For the love of having nowhere else you'd rather be. For the love of Tennessee. Travel safe. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, ceramic, or anything else for the floor, Frazier's Carpet One makes it easy. With free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping, Frazier's makes it easy. With no money down and free financing for an entire year, Frazier's makes it easy. And as a fourth-generation family-owned business, you don't stay in business for 65 years unless you make it easy. So give us a call today at 546-4850 and let us come to you with free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping. Let us show you how easy it can be to transform one room or an entire home with beautiful, new, professionally installed flooring from Frazier's Carpet One.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal proves it. Always on, always free.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. One more thought from the previous segment. I know you thought it. Several have, and one texted in. Swain, it's a quote, you're either a Vol or you're not.
Tony Vitello said it.
Tennessee's baseball coach.
You're either a Vol or you're not. I told you during the break, I was like, man, I forgot one last point. Championship parade, Tony Vitello said the famous words, you're either a Vol or you're not. So there's no gray area. Stop trying to, well, what about this guy who did this and played here and graduated from this school but played this school? Hey, man, save the crap. You're either Vol or you're not. There's no gray area, okay?
Okay. There's all kinds of crap when it comes to the SEC and spring meeting conversations and scheduling and formats and this and that. Mm-hmm. There's also the conversation of, and this is very real, the SEC trying to do what's best for the SEC. And the question of, okay, well, what's best for the sport of college football or college athletics in general? That was brought up yesterday to Greg Sankey, the SEC commissioner. This is at SEC spring meetings. Listen to his reaction talking about, okay, trying to do what's best for the SEC, but also keeping in mind what's good for the game of football, the game of college football.
Look at the track record. We didn't need 12. Had we stayed at 4, we would have had half the 4
last year.
I don't need lectures from others about good of the game. I don't lecture others about good of the game. And coordinating press releases about good of the game. You know, again, okay, you can issue your press statement, but I'm actually looking for ideas to move us forward. So, Ralph, I'll go back and say, I thought the 12-team design was really well considered at the time. We never had a unanimous vote to support the 12-team playoff. Even though I was involved in that work, that didn't mean everybody in this league, when we were at 14, thought it was the best idea. But you engage in that type of problem solving. Our 8 or 9 game schedule, that goes back to really 2018. We've been talking about eliminating divisions from 2018 forward, and we expanded. So it became a different conversation, and the shape of that conversation has changed over time. We have to make a decision. The CFP and my colleagues have to understand there's something different here. We all play college football. And so while you ask that of me, I'll go back and say, we didn't need a 12-team college football playoff. Thought it was good for the game. I was involved in that. Others held it up. I thought it was important to get after that work in a time-efficient manner, yet we held up, and then we went fast. We didn't go slow so we could go fast. We didn't do anything, and then we went fast without solving some of the other elements. I think I have a responsibility to push as well. And I think my membership has a responsibility and the desire to push me. And that is a hard issue. If you want to go inside what it's like to sit in this role, I think about the responsibility I have here, and I think about the responsibility more broadly all the time. Yesterday I said that we don't apologize here. I'm proud we have 13 games. I wish it was 14 in baseball. I'm proud of what we did in men's basketball. I'm proud that we have, I think it's 5 of 8. Is it 5 of 8 in softball? I actually think that can make other people better too. And when I go back to the college football playoff, I'm open to ideas. There's just not a lot of incoming. My phone's not ringing off the hook with, hey, here's another way to look at it. And so we'll continue to be thoughtful. We'll continue to try to provide perspective and information to our members and help them guide the decision. And ultimately, I recognize I'm the one who ends up typically in front of the podium explaining not just myself, but ourselves. So good luck to me.
Good luck to me. Greg Sankey, SEC Commissioner. So there's a lot there.
It wasn't too long ago when Greg Sankey came up with an idea that would have benefited others outside the SEC, and no one acted on it. I forgot exactly what it was. This was a little bit after COVID. I have to look it up. But Greg is annoyed.
Very.
And part of it should be flattering that the job that he's done as a commissioner puts him in a position where folks looked at him as possibly having solutions to help college football. So part of it is flattering. But at the same time, like, it's not his responsibility to save college football.
Right. Well, the sport's just in a weird place because it's been in a weird place, but particularly now. So another thing that Greg Sankey mentioned yesterday is that he has people in his room asking, why are we still in the NCAA? Nobody is truly in charge, or at least in charge leading anything. If you think about professional sports, there is no Western Conference and Eastern Conference commissioner in the NBA. There's nobody in charge of the AFC and the NFC. There's the commissioner of the league. There's certainly no NFC South commissioner. You have an SEC commissioner, you have the Big Ten commissioner, and they're all trying to do what's in the best interest of their conference, which is what you would expect, but it has some kind of effect on the big picture of the sport. So who do you point to, who do you look to try to make the right kinds of decisions for the sport? Well, the people who appear to have the most power. That would be the commissioners of the Big Ten and the SEC right now. It's nobody at the NCAA level. Nobody is looking at the NCAA saying, can you get this figured out for everybody? It's the opposite. And then you have others who are still at the ACC or the Big 12 level. Like, I understand Sankey being annoyed by them, but I also understand their position because they're trying to protect their conference as best they can, and they know they don't really have a shot. They're not on equal footing. And the SEC and the Big Ten are trying to create a playoff format that says you're not equal to us. You don't get as many spots as us. So what does he expect the ACC and the Big 12 to do?
Well, the ACC and the Big 12 had opportunities to make decisions 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago that Greg Sankey made that put this conference in the position that they're in now. And you look at the ACC, the Big 12, and the position that they're in right now links to the decisions that were made or were not made 10, 15 years ago. So that's not Greg's fault.
No, I'm not saying it's Greg's fault at all. I'm just saying, what does he think they're going to do? Just sit back and say, well, tell us how it's going to be, Greg.
Yeah. All right, Daddy Sankey, just
if you have any leftovers, leave them on the porch for us.
I mean, they're supposed to fight for their conference. I get it.
Yeah, that's why having somebody in charge would be great, I guess. But who's that going to be? Bring back Emmert?
No, let's not do that. But I wonder if Tennessee is one of those teams that asks Greg, "Why are we in the NCAA?" I don't think there's a reason to wonder. I think Tennessee was one of those teams.
I think
Tennessee was one of the.
I don't think we have to wonder. I think we know on that one.
Yeah. But like, how many other schools in those rooms were like, "Yo, why are we even messing with the NCAA?"
Mm-hmm. Yep, I don't know. Neither does Greg when it comes to some of this. But on they go with the meetings. They'll form more committees. They'll have more meetings. And at some point, they'll make decisions which will lead to more questions and changes that will come after that. Because we'll likely have 4 straight years of 4 different formats to the college football playoff. 23, 24, 25, and 26 will all likely have a different playoff format each season, which is remarkable. We'll come back. We'll see what Jay Busby thinks about the ongoing conversations with the spring meetings, the SEC, the college football playoff. Jay Busby of Yahoo joins us next. 30 minutes to go right here on Josh and Swain.
You're always welcome to join us on Sports Talk on The Sports Animal. I'm John Wilkerson with Vince Ferrara. We join you Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m.
And now our show is on social media. Same handle on all the socials. Sports Talk on 991, Instagram, Facebook, and X.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com. Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
For the 4th time in 5 seasons, Tennessee baseball will host an NCAA regional at Lindsey Nelson Stadium as the Vols drew the number 14 national seed in the 64-team field this season. Tennessee will be joined by Wake Forest, Cincinnati, and Miami of Ohio. The Vols begin play against Miami of Ohio this Friday night at 6 o'clock. You can catch the game right here on The Sports Animal. Lady Vol softball punched its ticket to its 9th Women's College World Series after defeating Nebraska 1-0 on Sunday. After dropping Game 1 on Friday, Tennessee defeated Nebraska on Saturday to force the winner-take-all Game 3. The Lady Vols will face second-seeded Oklahoma on Thursday afternoon. NBA playoffs tonight, the Knicks are at the Pacers trying to even the Eastern Conference Finals at 2 games apiece. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock. And in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Western Conference Finals, the Oilers look for a 3-1 series lead over the Dallas Stars. Puck drop is set for 8. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Good old East Tennessee, we know family, hard work, and helping your neighbors still means a lot. I'm Nick Whitehead with Whitehead Auto Sales in Alcoa and Knoxville. Our family-owned and operated business is celebrating our 20-year anniversary. Our pillars are those 3 items: family, hard work, and helping your neighbor. Experience the difference of why we've been voted #1 in Blount County for years now, and why we've expanded to Chapman Highway to help even more. Visit WhiteheadAutoSales.com or come shake our hands for a deal you can't find anywhere else. 20 years from our family to yours at Whitehead Auto Sales.
Ready to conquer your lawn this season? Spartan Mowers has your back with huge spring savings. Right now, get up to $2,500 off select Spartan Mowers with rebates starting at $1,000. Whether you're upgrading or buying your first zero turn, there's never been a better time to go to Spartan. Hurry, These savings won't last long. Visit watersequipmentco.com today and unleash your inner warrior. Waters Equipment, 865-238-9000. Proud supporters of the UT Vols.
Spring is sprung with deals at Davidson Service Tire Pros. They'll help keep you on the road, making sure you're ready for any adventure life throws your way. May 15th through June 17th, get up to $60 via Visa Reward Card or Visa Virtual Prepaid Card after online submission on purchases of 4 or more new Michelin passenger or light truck tires totaling $900 or more. Davidson Service Tire Pros. Love the drive. See store for complete details. Offer ends 6/17/25. Void where prohibited.
In a world of high vehicle prices, where great deals seem out of reach, a beacon of hope appears. Look to the skies, Knoxville. The super dealer is here, standing for truth, justice, and the American made. Ted Russell Ford is your super dealer, fighting high prices whenever they strike. Employee pricing is here. At Ted Russell Ford, you pay what we pay on all new Ford models. Plus, get no payments for 90 days. That's 3 months of no payments on your new Ford. Ted Russell Ford is East Tennessee's #1 Ford dealer. Feast your eyes on the massive inventory of new vehicles to choose from. Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive, or Kingston Pike, or visit us online at tedrussellford.net. See dealer for details.
This is Andy Lehman with Lehman Jewelers. Life is made up of moments. Fleeting, breathtaking moments that change everything. The first glance, the first touch, the first I love you, and then the moment that lasts forever. You stand there, hands trembling, heart racing, knowing what you're about to do will change your lives forever. You reach into your pocket and there it is, the ring, a perfect reflection of your love, a promise, a beginning, a forever wrapped around their finger. At Lehman Jewelers, we don't just sell rings. We help create moments. We help you capture a love story in something timeless, something breathtaking. Because the best chapters of life all start with a question, and the perfect answer deserves the perfect ring. For the one that speaks to your heart, visit Lehman Jewelers today in Turkey Creek next to Ulta and in Maryville next to Starbucks, and start your forever.
It's time to transform your old, outdated kitchen into the dream space you and your family want. Kitchen Sales can make those dreams a reality. Kitchen Sales carries the largest selection of fine kitchen and bathroom cabinetry that ranges from a more affordable line all the way up to a fully custom line. See the selection for yourself at one of their 2 amazing showrooms, Hoyt Avenue, just off Cherry Street, and in the Town and Country Circle near Best Buy. For more information, go to kitchensales.net.
Kitchen Sales, cabinets and countertops. We are the place to shop. Come on down.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hurry in to DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. Try them today in Honey Barbecue or New Buffalo, only at DQ. Happy tastes good, only at participating Dairy Queen locations.
With some scattered rain and rumbles of thunder at times, mostly cloudy for your Tuesday, keeping that rain gear handy. High today 74 degrees with a southwesterly wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now a batch of rain slides up into the late afternoon to evening hours, really starting the night, but back to a few showers in the morning, low 63. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward, with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. And we're excited to go to the Stanley Fencing Gates hotline to say hello to Jay Busby of Yahoo Sports. As significant as Ronald Acuna coming back this past week.
Yeah,
Home run on the first pitch there, Jay.
Oh man, that's a big legacy to live up to for me. Yeah, it's been a little while, and tournaments and whatnot. So good to hang with you guys again.
Yeah, well, we can kind of go in reverse order. I told you, hey, we'll ask you about what's going on with the SEC spring meetings. We've been talking about that the last couple of segments, but I think one of the last things you've covered was the PGA Championship and the win for Scottie Scheffler, and you've covered the sport, you've covered big moments. How big of a moment is that for him to add to what is already an incredible resume of success and what he's done and his Masters results, but to get that PGA Championship to then add to the majors diversification almost. What did that mean for Scottie, especially the way Sunday kind of played out for him to do it that way?
Yeah, Scheffler is so good that people just kind of take it for granted how good he is, and so when you were looking for storylines heading in, there was there was one narrative of can Scottie Scheffler win a Master or win a major outside of Augusta, which is like as if getting two Masters tournaments is like no big deal, but the real challenge is winning outside of Augusta. I mean, it was kind of a silly idea. He went ahead and did it. What I noticed this week is that, or that week I should say, is that he really is starting to get a larger fan base outside of the golf hardcores. He's starting to turn a lot of the golf bros in the audience in his favor, and that's been something that has really he hasn't been able to connect with people up until the last couple of years, and it's really stepped up this last year. So I think that he's ascended to the top of the golf mountain, and I think that combining that with Rory McIlroy sort of slinking into the background at this tournament, it was really a chance for Scheffler to take another step forward.
Do you think it's because of winning his popularity has gone up, or the fact that the incident that happened in Louisville last year, we got arrested?
I mean, anytime that you beat the charges, anytime that you do a little time in prison and come out a tougher man, that always helps your credibility. But honestly, yeah, I think you're right. It did. He was kind of seen as a sort of a milquetoast sort of guy, and that's not saying much for golfers. A lot of them are viewed that way, but even though it was an awful miscommunication, that did help. And what also helped is he showed a lot of emotion in winning on Sunday. The PGA. He goes and spikes his hat. He yells "F yeah" to everybody. He's really excited. He showed a different side of himself than he had seen before. And I think that across all sports, we want to connect with the sports stars. We want to feel like they are feeling it as much as we are. It's not nearly as much fun to watch some guy just go and drain threes or catch a touchdown pass or hold a winning putt and just walk off. You want to have them have a little bit more excitement to it, and that's what Scheffler brought on Sunday at the PGA, and I think that's what's going to help him moving forward.
Is it too early to start comparing him to some of the greats? I mean, has he done enough to start putting him in the same conversation as the Jack Nicholsons, the Tiger Woods, or does he need to do a lot more to even talk about it?
He's got to do more to talk about it, but he's on the exact same trajectory. I mean, it's he's still got another. The thing with golf careers is they last so long. Phil Mickelson, who's still playing, started out about the same time as Brett Favre did in the NFL, to give you an idea of how long a golf career is. So, he and Troy Aikman were roughly at about the same time coming into their pro careers. So that's how long golf careers are. You've got to build up a whole lot of accomplishments over decades, not just years, but decades. But in terms of trajectory, he is absolutely on their path right now.
Jay Busby is with us, Yahoo Sports. It feels like for decades now we've been asking 8 or 9 games for the SEC in football, and it's tied into the playoff. I think there's an expectation they'll probably go to 16 teams in the college football playoff in 2026, and then maybe some more money can come from ESPN to get to 9 games. So what do you think? You're here in SEC country and SEC territory, 8 or 9 conference games now that the league is at 16 teams in the conference. What do you think would be best for the league?
I mean, the problem really is it comes in how you judge wins against non-common opponents. Does a win against a lower tier school count more than a close loss against a major SEC school? And if you go and if a team goes and loses to Georgia by a point on the last touchdown, does that in the last second, does that count substantially less than blowing out a cupcake school? I mean, that's what the problem is when you put the focus entirely on wins and losses. And that's what Greg Sankey has been saying. I mean, I can understand from that point his point that you can't just go purely in numbers. You've got to go with football metrics. You've got to look at a larger picture. And so that's where the SEC is kind of running into troubles, because they have a large number of good teams. Now, it's worth remembering that this could very well shift in the coming years. There's a lot more potential NIL money behind the schools, a lot of the schools in the Big Ten than there is in the SEC. And what's working right now might not necessarily be the same framework in 5 years or so, once more money starts flowing to other schools. So I think it's worth Sankey trying to protect his schools, his universities that he's trying to look out for. But the trying to claim everything for the SEC and Big Ten, I don't think is good for the health of the sport. I think that's one of the problems that people are bringing up constantly, is how damaging this can be to the core of the sport when you've got just two conferences running the entire show.
Hey, Jay, before you go, I mentioned his name earlier. Good to see a healthy Ronald Acuna Jr. He hit the home run on Friday, came back again on Saturday. Team still trying to get on track. Now they have the Phillies next. But in Atlanta, how big of a deal is it for Ronald Acuna Jr. to get back out there, especially get back out and have success right away?
Yeah, I mean, he made some comments when he was off that when he was injured that were a little bit divisive here in Atlanta. Some people thought that he was being a little bit too spoiled. Some people thought that he was making a good point. I won't weigh in either way on that, just in terms of the way that the Braves management has worked. But that's kind of what happens when you lose your first 7 games and you're still below 500 heading into the end of May. So I think that winning cures everything. And if the Braves can get Acuna and Strider back, then I think that they'll be in good shape to make a playoff push. The division might be out of reach, but as we know, all you need to do is get into the postseason, and anything can happen. So yes, it's an exciting time. He's a dynamic player. He thrills the city of Atlanta. He's one of those, you've got to see what he's doing when he gets up to bat. So yeah, I think it's a big help to the team.
Yahoo Sports is where you can go to keep up with everything that's happening. The Eastern Conference Finals continue. Stanley Cup playoffs continue. Do you send weekly gifts to Ross Dellinger having to cover this house settlement so much as well? He's got to get some kind of bonus here.
He's such a damn weirdo, man. He loves this stuff. He and I have talked about this all the time, and he loves it. He loves getting into the deep of the DC minutiae. We need to turn him loose on political reporting and see what he does there. He's going to upend the entire country. But yes, he's a tremendous guy, tremendous reporter, and that's the guy you want digging deep into the future of college football that way.
So that's part of the coverage there at Yahoo Sports as well. Yeah, Ross does a great job. Everybody there does, as Jay is included there. Jay, it's great to have you back. Always enjoyed talking to you. Thanks so much for the time today, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Take care, my friends.
Thanks, Jay. Jay Busby, Yahoo Sports, joining us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline. We are at a month and 4 days, by the way, Swain, until the revenue share is supposed to begin with this house settlement pending.
Supposed to is the key words there. Is it the green light yet? Are we still on yellow? Longest yellow light ever.
Well, I think right now there are some traffic cops that are out there. Just proceed with caution here.
It's not on green.
I feel for those that are working in the universities, the athletic departments, that they're tasked with preparing all this.
And they may not even be there long term. Their future is still up in the air at some places. We saw what happened to Oklahoma.
What a time. All right. We'll come back. We have a segment to go. We have an attaboy to hand out, winners and losers from the weekend. Final thoughts as we get ready for a big week. Tennessee softball in the Women's College World Series. Tennessee baseball getting ready to host Mo U on Friday night in the Knoxville Regional. One more segment to go. Jason Swain's here. I'm Josh Ward on Josh and Swain.
Hey, Vol fans. Matt Hall with McLean's Painting in Knoxville. It's time for our annual Painting with a Purpose charity event. Nominate a local nonprofit that could use a fresh coat of paint at mcleanspainting.com or click the What's Happening tab on this station's website. Do you know of a church-related organization or a 501c3 in need of some TLC? Nominate them now. A huge thanks to our sponsors, Sherwin-Williams, Sgt. Pepperonis, Jim McMichael Signs, Joe Shirt, and Cumulus Media. McLean's Painting. Grateful to give back to our community.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford. This is where I've purchased a vehicle several times. My wife has as well. We have vehicles at our home that came from both locations, on Parkside Drive and on Kingston Pike. Now is a great time, closing out the month of May, to check out their selection of trucks. If you need a truck, check out the Ford F-Series, the Super Duty trucks that they have available, low interest rates that they have available right now on those new trucks. And they have a wide selection, so many different combinations available to fit what you need in a truck. They have the Ranger, the Maverick, the Ford F-150 Lightning as well. You can get 0% financing for 72 months on a 2024 Ford F-150 Lightning right now at your super dealer, Ted Russell Ford. Parkside Drive, Kingston Pike, great selection of SUVs. You can learn about the Ford Bronco and the different Ford Bronco options they have for you right now, plus a great pre-owned selection. Now is the time to shop, to save. Locally owned and operated on Parkside Drive, Kingston Pike at Walker Springs Road, and their website, tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Spring is the season of love. Now, maybe you spent all winter cozying up with your special someone, and now it's time to pop that big question. That means it's also the time to find the perfect ring at TK Wheeler Jewelers. TK Wheeler Jewelers has a huge selection of engagement rings in all different sizes, shapes, and colors. You can check out beautiful eternity bands, diamond solitaires, or even diamond halo engagement rings. And you can go as big as you want, because at TK Wheeler Jewelers, you're always going to get more bling for your buck than anywhere in Knoxville. TK Wheeler Jewelers is located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge. It's right there next to the Outback Steakhouse, and you're going to love your shopping experience. There's over $2.5 million of inventory, a friendly staff to help, and like I said a second ago, you're always going to get more bling for your buck. Find that perfect ring she won't be able to say no to at the one and only TK Wheeler Jewelers.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hey, Dad. The pharmacy called. Sounds like you still haven't picked up your heart medication. Are you all right?
It's on all of us to know the signs, and essential community services are available to help. Don't let your call go unanswered. Call Adult Protective Services at 1-888-277-8366. 1-888-277-8366. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Human Services in this station.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Join Josh and Swain this Friday at Ted Russell Ford, the Kingston Pike location, as they're helping close the month with employee pricing across the full line of trucks and SUVs. You pay what Ted Russell Ford pays. That's this Friday at Ted Russell Ford, your super dealer.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com. At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Never miss a second of sports. Download the updated Sports Animal app right now.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Final segment of Josh and Swain. If you go back and check out the first segment of the show, passionate message from VFL Jason Swain, which I know Tennessee fans appreciated, with how things went on Saturday for the Tennessee baseball team against Vanderbilt. You don't do that. You don't not show up. You don't get run ruled. But as much about that performance, I think, is what bothered you, the way they played. But Tennessee fans appreciated it. You also had a question that was brought to us by the text box saying, why should we support him in the NCAA? He said, no. Still support him moving forward, but hold him accountable for the other stuff, too.
Yeah, like it's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I forgot, but I tweeted, not okay, boys. Or, not okay, fellas, because it's not okay.
Right.
Like, I think sometimes people are hesitant about when to criticize and what to say when you criticize, because then you are labeled as, you're not a real fan. No, you're a real fan because you don't accept that type of performance.
Right.
If you just accept it, you're not a real fan, man. Like, there's a standard. And that just wasn't it. And so nothing about Saturday was okay. That cannot happen again, regardless of postseason, regular season, doesn't matter who you play. Like, that's not what we do.
To tell you about something that was really impressive that happened over the weekend, we do that now as we hand out today's Attaboy.
What you got?
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
We hand out Attaboys and Attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. Great local team there. 20 years now helping people in East Tennessee. NativeTN.com, the website. And Joel Silverberg, we go back much farther than 20 years. 92 years, in fact.
Goodness. With
the U.S. win over Switzerland, USA in hockey. Tell us about the significance of this, the 2025 IIHF World Champions of the United States.
Yeah, the International Ice Hockey Federation, they have their annual World Championship tournament. Now, up until 1968, the Olympic tournament for that year was considered to be the World Championship. So when the U.S. won it in 1960, they were also crowned world champions, but they haven't actually won the World Championship tournament since 1933. So managed to get their way through the tournament. They beat Switzerland in the final over the weekend in overtime and ended up taking their first World Championship tournament title in 92 years. So a really big accomplishment for USA Hockey as finally kind of getting over what's been a very long extended hump for quite some time.
92 years.
Long time, man.
Yeah.
Long time.
That's a good streak to end.
Sorry, Jay Lifer, but it does remind me of when the Cubs won the World Series, too. So, breaking a almost century-long curse or streak, pretty significant, pretty big deal.
No doubt. So, start up the USA chant, Swain. That's a big one. Hockey's had a year. Had the Four Nations excitement.
That started the season off on the right foot for sure.
Yep. For sure. So, attaboy to everybody involved with USA Hockey with the win over the weekend against Switzerland, and they can say they're world champs. And we hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com. Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialists. We'll hit the power poll in a moment. I want to say a thank you to Ken. Ken was listening earlier. We were talking about my 40-mile run that I'm going to take on next Wednesday for Second Harvest. Went to the virtual food drive and made a generous donation, which we really appreciate Ken doing. If you text Josh, Josh, to 656-9900, we'll send you the link if you would like to support the virtual food drive to help support Second Harvest Food for Kids program. That's next Wednesday at the Cherokee Farm Greenway.
What time you gonna go to sleep the night before? About 7.
Sleep would probably be good for the body before that one. My the audacity here, my 7-year-old today. So I got up early, did a run this morning about 5.
Mm-hmm.
And my 7-year-old, he said, what time did you get up today, Dad? And I said, 4:59. He said, what time did you go to bed? I said, about 10. And he said, Dad, you're not sleeping enough. The audacity. He's not wrong, probably. He's like, I slept a lot more than that. You sure did.
Yeah, sure. You don't have anything to worry about.
Right.
Yeah, you have to worry about other siblings keeping you awake.
Yeah,
like
I'm very much about accountability, ownership. My kids have taken no accountability on my sleep schedule over the last few years.
It's all good, man.
It's all good.
You'll get enough next Tuesday. You probably won't, honestly, because you'll be so jacked up and geeked up to do it. Your body probably will wake you up earlier than normal because you'll be so excited. That's usually how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, we got your back, man.
Yeah. You have generously agreed to run alongside me carrying a boombox the whole time. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm going to be like the manager from, what's that, Beneath State?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that'll be me.
Yeah, that'll get Swain some new NIL deals. Before we close out the show, we hit our winners and losers from the weekend with the power poll.
Captain, we're losing power in the warp engine.
Nuclear power plant.
What's up? I'm Kenny Powers.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I have the power!
With great power comes great responsibility.
Full power, Mr. Scott.
Alrighty, Swain, winners and losers from this past weekend. It was an extended weekend, so a lot of options here. What stands out to you?
Losers, the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark out multiple weeks with a quad injury. And looking at Front Row Sports, their Twitter account, tickets have went from $86 to $25. So that's a significant impact because of Caitlin Clark's absence. Winners, how about Lando Norris and his win at Monaco Grand Prix, and Laval softball advances to the College World Series. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander went for 40. Thunder go up 3-1 versus the T-Wolves. And Vandy winning the SEC title, locking in number 1 overall seed NCAA tournament. So it is what it is. Big winners out of the group for sure.
Yeah, you win the SEC baseball tournament. That's the best of the best.
Yep.
That's a big deal.
Yep, that's what they should be.
My winners from the weekend, I put Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams on there. They're on the cover of the college football game this year. For the wide receivers.
Where's Tennessee on the cover? I saw Smokey.
Smokey is on the deluxe cover. So there's a deluxe cover which covers a lot of college football. Smokey's on that.
Something's wrong with the orange, though.
There's always something wrong with the orange.
Just saying.
Can never satisfy everybody. I have Cornell and UNC lacrosse men and women getting their national championships. I went with Palau, Ross Chastain, and Lando Norris with the different races, Indy 500, Coca-Cola, and then Monaco. I'd love to go win Monaco. That'd be fun. But I'm not going to. SEC baseball and softball, they're just dominating the landscape. And then number 1, after Joel laid it out for us, I put USA Hockey as the number 1 winner from the weekend. Losers, I put the Timberwolves. That feels like a wrap. Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle just
no-show.
They no-showed in Game 4. And then the WNBA, the ticket prices, the marketing, the opportunity there, at least short-term, lost with Caitlin Clark's injury.
Josh, you're not winning Monaco. You drive a minivan.
Proudly, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
I roll up confidently and happy. The way those doors slide, you can slide the seats. In and out, kids. Let's move it.
You pull up to the red light, look over. You want to race? You want to do this?
One hand with the Despicable Me 3 soundtrack.
You want to
rock
go?
it.
You want to go? Let's do it.
We will go, but we'll see you again tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Thank you for hanging out with us today. See you tomorrow at noon here on Josh and Swain.
You ran a great local business.